Good evening, everybody, and welcome to another Tuesday night edition of everybody's favorite Rated M podcast. Yes, it is Gaming After Dark. I am your host, Mr. Boom Boom Kaboom. It's Noof Nukem in the room. And we have a full panel this week, thank God. They are all here and ready to go. And we got a dynamite guest for you as well, who has not been here for quite some time, but we're glad to have him back. But without any further ado, let's obviously introduce our full panel. We'll start off with the way I see them on my screen. And you guys may remember this gentleman from Good Morning Xbox, who was a panel member with me there as well. It's the one, the only, the crusty one himself, Cerebral Paul.
Oh, what? I brought the lotion. I'm not crusty, okay? It's just,
Wow.
Hey, everybody. Welcome. Thanks for joining us. And it's glad to be back finally. Glad to make it.
Yeah. Well, we're glad to have you here, Paul. Yes, and it is the Great Vapor. Yes, it is Mr. Wize Old Gamer. He is in the building tonight, looking dapper as always. Holy mackerel, he just disappeared. There he is. What's going on, Walk? We can't hear you, bro. What's going on?
He's never sounded better to me. I like this.
I know, right?
Paul.
Oh, he had himself muted. Okay, let's try that again. Instant replay. What's going on?
Hey, I'm doing well. After a week hiatus, my wife changed her douche, and I'm doing good. My spirits are high, so let's get this shit started.
He said she made you smoke a deuce. What?
I said she changed her douche. Hey, her douche made me say smoke a deuce, so it's okay. It's good.
Finally, moving on down to our other panel member, the esteemed, yes, Sir X-Man.
Blah 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 blah. Let's go.
Jesus, I thought we were on South Park there for a second.
Yippee
Yeah, right. Oh. No, that was the Peanuts.
No.
Like wah, 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 wah.
I was not visited by aliens, and I know I did not have an anal probe.
We all thought you were actually trying to record some dialogue for the next Nintendo game.
You guys, I'm going home.
And there you go. With that, Sir X-Men is out for the night. Good to have you here, man. Yeah, he might not be able to say the whole show, but that's okay. We got a couple of pretty good topics. Nothing real heavy tonight, but I just wanted to, get this panel rolling. It's our first time in a couple of weeks, obviously, being together for a full episode, so that's great. So here we are, guys. But let's let's introduce our amazing guest. He's probably been one of the biggest supporters of my channel, my content for a very long time. I was the man who gave him his first chance to kind of come in, yes, and bark into a microphone. And ever since then, he's ended up on several podcasts. He's become a very popular member of the community. It's the one, the only, my friend, the amazing Doggy Dog 420.
Oh man, thank you very much, New, for that great intro. And yeah. You're right, man. Thank you very much. This was my first podcast I was ever on. Gave me that chance. And heck, I've been on here 5 or 6 more times. I'm on a couple shows now, the Retro Renegades, an iconic video game podcast. And yeah, thank you so much. And man, it's great to be here with this great panel. I love all you guys. And of course, this awesome chat. You guys are always awesome. You're always on fire, just like this show's going to be. Let's get it. Woo!
All right. Speaking of fire, we might as well start with your first super chat. Doggy, you're usually the first guy to drop some coin in the chat. So here it is. Who wants to be our super chat reader? Would that be you, Mr. Paul?
I can. Hang on.
Yeah, we'll let you read the super chats. You do a pretty good job. I can't trust the Rex, man. He always got like 3 inches from the screen and can't read.
Man, I be tired, man.
Dog.
I work, bro. Got to get up at 4 in the morning. So
Doggy Dog 420. Thank you for the 199 super chat. Gad time. Woo! I'm not gonna do that high voice thing.
Woo!
There you go.
Oh, Wob's got it down, Pat.
Yeah, I can't do that.
that's why I go roof, 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 roof.
Yeah, that works too. Yeah.
That'll work.
Let's put an F at the end of it.
You actually caught me mid-bite because between this and Retro Renegades, I had to make myself some dinner. So.
Oh, okay.
Sir X-Man, you sound like a dog that needs to be put down.
Yep.
Hi, buddy.
I said, you sound like a dog that needs to be put down.
Yeah, I told you I was sleepy.
All right, well, let's wake this chat up and let's wake this panel up because we got some amazing people in the house already, including the one, the only Spider-Man 356, one of the longest supporters of my channel for years. Is crazy.
Mhm.
Where does
How do you know how long he is? Is there something we need to know about?
Well, he is Spider-Man. He hangs,
Oh.
he hangs high and low, right?
He'll swing by your house and show you if you want.
Yeah, no, I'm good. Yeah.
Pornographic version. He doesn't use webs. He uses something
Yeah.
He's saying, what the fuck?
Have you guys seen my new web slinger?
Just as sticky, twice as strong.
Oh. We got John 907. What's happening, John? We got Mizzle T Shizzle. What's happening, Mizzle? Tony Grasso is hanging out with us tonight. Good to see you, Tony, and welcome back, everybody. Chase Jones, one of my best friends, and he's an awesome guy. Good to see you, Chase. Fastback is in the building tonight. What's going on, Fastback? Oh, it doesn't get any better when you see guys like Casket Repair hanging out with us, and the one and the only Double Barrel Gaming. You know him as Mr. Boomstick XL is hanging out with us. That's pretty awesome, Boom. Good to see you here, brother. Got to get you on this show here like ASAP. We got Infinite Umbra here as well. We got a few more Nicks. Jason Max, Vic the Click, and for the most part, I think we caught up with most everybody here right now, so that's good. If I forgot to acknowledge you in the chat, please let me know. I like to make sure that everybody we know that we appreciate your time. Is basically what we're saying. So,
Yep, I got a new phrase for everybody: lick it and click that like. Thank you.
they can click that like.
I am not licking my keyboard. No.
I don't know what you want people to be licking tonight.
No.
Instead of licking it, they should smack it up, flip it, and rub it down. That's what
Oh
I
no!
Well, he is the only bald member on the panel so far that I know.
Yeah.
See,
We know I'm not. Oh.
We got to grease his head for him.
Hey,
Okay.
one of my heads is bald.
Jesus, we hope
There you
so.
go. There you go. That's a
So,
start.
because if you're running to the pay down south, you better go get that shit checked. I gotta shave my knob. Damn it!
you know what's sad? There are
What?
places that will trim that for you.
How about that?
I found that out.
Oh, where are those places?
This podcast is sponsored by Manscaped.
Nice one. All right.
Not only did X-Men find that out, he's got a courtesy card. He goes back there. It's gonna...
You mailed it to me.
Yeah.
How many times has that thing been stamped already? Yeah.
Oh Lord, why did I start this?
Yeah, we got Axeman 3008 in the chat. What's going on? And Masshole 1977 here. Good to see you, Masshole. All right, guys, let's jump into, I guess. Well, first of all, just before we get going, because like I said, our topics aren't too heavy tonight. So, what's everybody been playing? Let's start off with Cerebral Paul, man. What game has been kind of floating your boat recently?
I've been playing up till today. Most of the last week has been that Disney game, actually.
I saw that.
That grind thing, that grind fest that is that Disney
Is
game.
that what it is? Another grind fest?
Yeah, it's actually quite addictive, though. It's fun. And then today, of course, I've started Deathloop. I started that on my on an ambassador stream, and I went over the accessibility aspects of that game as well, and played it for a few hours today. I'm actually enjoying it quite a bit. So
that's good to know. It's on Game Pass right now. I might have to check it
right.
out, but we'll see. Spider-Man says it's amazing in the chat. He said that earlier on. So, Wize Old Gamer, how about yourself, man? What games, if any, have you been playing? I know, like I said, you're back busy at school, but yeah, what's been up with you?
I've been mostly playing with the little D, but then video games wise, I've been playing.
Oh, is that Donkey Kong?
No surprise there, right? You know,
He's
yeah,
talking about Donkey Kong. Yeah.
Well,
pastime right there.
It's a donkey, all right, but it's definitely not a
Oh
Kong.
Lord. Why do I do this to myself?
You know you like it. You know you like how I do it.
Lord.
Wow.
Well, games. Well, actually, to be honest with you, I've been spending a lot of time with my Switch because I'm basically busy all day, and when I have like some free time, like a day off, like maybe an hour or so off, I'll play Xenoblade Chronicles 3. So that's what I've been playing. So.
I could have swore you're going to tell us Animal Crossing, but yeah.
No, not there yet. Please, no, please. No.
You've been crossing animals? What the?
No, not been crossing animals, but I've been doing definitely something else with animals, though.
Oh Lord.
You know, sometimes when you see a sheep at the right angle, I'm telling you.
Save it.
Jason.
Okay, sorry.
Remember, he lives in Alabama. This is to be expected.
Hey, as long as I'm not, as long
You know-
as the sheeps are not related, I'm okay.
Yeah. When
See, this what
when your
happens
co- when
you
your
get old
cousin
people together.
when your cousin's busy, you got livestock. You know, whatever. You know.
Oh Lord.
And
Oh,
and if
my.
you don't have any livestock, you got some dead stock.
There you go. Yeah.
Whatever works.
Hey, as
Yeah,
long-
what you do in the frozen food section of your local grocery store is between you and the manager.
Yep, I do Bambi on ice.
You say you do bimbos on ice. What?
Bambi on ice, but Bambo's
Oh.
on ice is equally as good.
Yeah.
So hey.
Sir X-Man, how about yourself, sir? What have you been grinding out lately?
Oh, when I have time, I'm still playing Grid Legends on PC
Legends.
and on console. I
Nice.
can't put it down, dude.
Nice. Grid Legends. Yes, the original Grid, man. That brings back memories.
Oh man, that's when drifting was drifting, dude. Oh man, that was incredible.
Yep.
Especially when you remember drifting through the factories, trying to get as high a score as you could. Man, I missed that. Okay, next.
I heard that I thought that because of your age, the only way you drift now is when you miss a dose of Geritol.
Who the fuck drinks Geritol?
Probably that man's probably in his mug right now.
We drinking Sure now.
Okay.
Oh, yes. And Doggy Dog, sir, what have you been playing? Probably a lot of everything.
Yeah, that is what I do, man. Actually, here lately, yeah, they had a shmup sale on the Xbox store last week, so I had to pick up Gunbird 2.
Did you
Yeah,
say
if any-
shmup or schmuck sale?
Schmuck sales.
Okay.
I would definitely be a part of that. No, shmup sale. But I'd pick up something off either. But yeah, Gunbird 2, that's a great shoot 'em up game. I love that. The TMNT Cowabunga collection.
Nice.
Oh yeah.
Been playing that bad boy. I love that, man. Just brings back. They did a great job with that. A lot of extra goodies in that.
We got to play that together, Doggy.
For sure.
I got to
For
play
sure,
that.
Noof. Let's do that. I also played, which next thing? I played a whole about day's worth of Shredder's Revenge with Jesse Darby on Sunday. So yeah,
Yep.
so exactly. Let's play sometime, Noof. And yeah, and Grid Legends. I played that here recently too. That's a good one too. There, Sir X Man.
Nice.
Yeah,
Surprising,
that's a good one. Yeah,
isn't it?
yeah, it's great. That was a good one. There's no Forza this year, so I've enjoyed having that one. So yeah, it's good. It's a good racer.
I played a little bit of everything the last week or so, yeah.
Hey, other than the question that I sent you, I had a quick question since we all old school gamers.
Yep. Go ahead.
Mhm.
What channel did you have your old console on? Channel 3 or channel 4?
Channel 3.
Oh, it has to be channel 3.
I'm sure mine was 3. Yeah, I'm just sure that's what it was. Yeah.
With the RF switch on the back, that little dongle
Yeah.
hanging down.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey, chat.
It was either 2. It was usually 2 or 3.
We never had. No, it was 3 or 4. There was never a 2.
Oh,
But that was
yes.
CBS.
You know what?
Okay,
That
okay.
was
You're
CBS.
you're telling the guy
I'm
who
older
has.
than you.
I no, it's not that. I've
No.
been to broadcasting school. I'm telling you, those RF switches would drop down to 2.
Really?
All right.
Yeah, but there was
Yes.
never a choice
These-
on them.
Yeah,
These
no, there
boys-
was. No, there was on the one I had. There was
Damn,
on
you
the
had
for
a-
the Atari. Yeah, I had the Atari 2600.
So did I.
I smell
Yeah.
a bet coming on here. Whoever wins, she
No,
gets
no, I'm just
Right.
saying.
Basically,
was-
the reality is Paul
It
got
was.
Paul
it
got
was
a
used-
defect- you got a defective RS switch and you just want to
Nah,
No, it-
Yeah, the bootleg version.
No,
That's what
no, it was always 2 or 3.
No, I had 3 or 4 of mine.
Okay.
Because 2 was CBS where I was at.
Well,
So
that's
they
why
just
that
had
no,
3 or 4. only had-
and
Go ahead. I'm listening. Go
okay,
ahead.
look. Okay, 3 is what I had to where for our broadcast area. So we would drop down to 2. And the reason you were able to get to 4 was probably because of where your broadcast channels were and where the signal was strongest. Because it has
So
that
what
whole
do you
area, those bands are really close together.
Mm.
That's why you can also pick up some of those bands can be picked up on AM radio at the end of the dial.
Hmm.
Or
Never
FM
knew
radio
that.
rather at the end of the dial.
That part
Yeah.
I never knew. Wow. Show
All I
off.
know is my channel 3 has Cinemax on it, and that little RF switch interrupted with the Cinemax on Friday night. I hated it.
Yep.
Oh yeah. Oh man.
From the early like when we first had the HBO, it was a small satellite dish with a little box that you could fine tune.
That's a boob. I saw it. That's a boob.
Kids today do not know the tortures we had of trying to see some porn through scrambled lines on the screen. Look, I think I see some titties.
Or remember, you didn't have a plug. You had to screw it in to the screws that they had in the back, and they hit the switch. They don't know nothing about that no more.
VCRs with fucking tracking and tapes getting stuck.
Oh man,
fucking cartridges and shit. Like, oh my god.
Oh man, me and my friend, we used to record the games with a VCR. Back then, you didn't have no leaderboard to prove that I beat your score. So they would do the same thing on there and then replay it on their VCR to show me that they beat my score.
It's a lot of fucking work.
Yeah, it was, but it was fun, dude. Back in the day, that was the way it was.
Shit. Hey, Axel's in the building. What's going on, Axel? Good to see you here. Princess Zelda here as well. Infinite Umbra, Dreadpool hanging out with us. We got some incredible people. Casket Repairs hanging out here tonight with us as well. Tony Grasso. Oh, man. Great people here. Splendiferous is here tonight. Fastback hanging out with us. Great to see all you guys. Appreciate it, guys. Really.
Hit that like and share, everybody. Let's get it up. Let's get it up. Let's get it up.
Let's get it out there, man. Gaming After Dark is back. I know it's a little different than you used to, but it doesn't mean it's not digestible. We're here to feed it to you. Let's go.
No, it's more crazier.
All I know is
it's way more crazier.
I remember with the VHS, my mom recorded over my hidden porn VHS with her soap operas.
That's why you're supposed to pull the tab so no one erases over your stuff.
Instead, you get some Days of Our Lives.
Yeah, she'd be watching her Days of Our Lives, and there's a little gap in between the programming.
Then at the end of the recording, she'd be like, "What?"
You missed half. That's actually what happened. Like one day, I came home from school, and she was watching a recorded video, and it was over one of my tapes, and there was that little gap, and she saw that, and she just looked at me like I did something wrong or something.
You should have told her, "Look, Mom, I'm being a man. At least I'm
now
not
I know when you
at
run
men."
to the washroom when you watch a videotape in this house.
Doggy Dog, you sure you want to be here for this?
Oh hell yeah, man! I wouldn't be any plan out.
He's the youngest guy here. He's probably young enough to be some of our kids at this point.
You're learning some stuff. See, old people can teach you shit. All right. Let's get
for myself, real quick, I've been playing a bunch of stuff. I've been going back and playing some Shadow of the Tomb Raider on the PlayStation 4 version because I never did play it or beat it on the PlayStation platform. Horizon Forbidden West, been playing some actually the Mass Effect trilogy. Finally finished it off. I think it was yesterday, which is amazing.
Nice.
It took me a long freaking time. I know for a game that I love so much, I don't know why, but I played through the trilogy and beat them. It was what a great ride from start to finish. I can't praise that franchise enough, just how much it ropes you into that world. Loved it, every second of it. I don't know, I this is the first time I've ever seen like the ending to the game, and I don't know if it's the ending I was supposed to see, because remember how number 3 people complained and they said they changed shit, so I don't know. But anyway, I finally saw the ending and I had no issues with it. So I don't know if that's the original ending that they had, then I'm cool with it. It's all good with me.
When you get to a number 3 of a game, they are supposed to change shit. That's what makes a game better as it progresses along in its history, except for,
Well, that's what I mean. That's one of the things with gaming and storytelling is like we all get so attached to characters, but we don't want to see these characters go. But I think in order for you to make very good story writing or compelling, at some point, I think you have to. I think that's what made The Walking Dead as a TV show, what made that so compelling is you really didn't feel like any character was absolutely safe, that most of them could be gone at any season. And I think that was what kind of made it cool. I like that. And sometimes, with movies, I mean, we all know the impact that the Avengers had in the last movie when Tony Stark died. That hit people pretty hard. You know what I mean? But like the movie wouldn't have been as impactful or memorable without that moment. You know, as sucky as it was, I think games have to do the same thing. We can't pigeonhole ourselves into having a same character forever. I think,
Yeah, like when Wolverine finally died. Oh man, that shocked me.
you know, at least it's my thought, you know, but yeah, different time. But anyway, let's get into it. Speaking of our first topic of the night, guys, Tryhard Fan is in the building. What's going on? Tell us, Ray, what's going on? Jago Kukin is here as well, and my good brother from Alberta, Mr. Free Jack, is here. Good to see you, my friend. Great crew tonight. But anyway, let's get into the first topic, and this is kind of came up because Sir X-Men sort of tossed it out at me in the private DM, and instead of going back and talking about a bunch of different games, it would take us forever with the panel. I'd like to kind of narrow it down.
Did everyone else get Sir X-Men's other pick, or was it just me? Did everyone else get Sir X-Men's other pick, or was it just me? Am I just the lucky one? Did anyone else get his other pick that he sent?
Other pick?
Yeah, the other pick. Or did he just send it to me?
No, it was just I sent it to everybody. It was just an addition to explain it in more detail. That's all.
Oh, okay. But anyway,
I thought he was sending dick pics, so you.
That's what I'm talking about.
I'm glad I missed out on this. I'm glad I wasn't part of this.
That picture wouldn't have been big enough.
Yeah, zooming in on that.
oh,
It'd have been grainy by then.
You sending? What the fuck?
Lost it to pubic hairs.
Lord help me, Jesus Christ! What have I done to deserve this?
Well, welcome to Gaming After Dark, Sir X-Man.
I know.
No, his message to me is at least I could see mine. So I was like, okay, fine. At least.
Next.
A moment of silence.
So basically, I'm going to narrow this down for the panel. So, well, I just want to talk. Why am I hearing a feedback here? What the
I'm
hell
hearing
is
an
going
echo.
on?
Not me.
Echoer.
Yeah, what? Okay, here we go. What the hell? I was getting feedback here. Double dose of noof. Boom, boom, kaboom. All right, now that that's fixed, I think. So I'm narrowing it down. What game in particular? I mean, we could go back to the history and the archives. We're all pretty older. I'm pretty sure most of it will play just about every console imaginable. But what game really left the most impact on you? Like from what era, what console, what game redefined gaming for you? Or really is that game that, you know, no matter where you are, that's the one go-to sort of game for you? Like what game is it? Let's go in the order again of the way the panel and our guest, Cerebral Paul, for yourself. What game really redefined gaming for you?
One game per console.
You don't have to go through every console.
I'm not going to do that. I'll be here all day.
Just
Probably, seriously, probably, it was the original Unreal was probably the first time that I was
Yes,
like,
sir.
holy crap.
Okay, and tell us kind of why that resonates.
The
with you.
graphics, the story, the 4,000 hour load time of installing the disc. No, no, but it was. I think that was the first time the graphics really, really caught my eye.
You're obviously paying on PC, right? Correct.
Yeah.
It was the first time you could see graphics without a glasses.
Because okay, so I didn't have to wear glasses till about 10 years ago. So shut up. Yeah, because I went from the Atari 2600, and after that I was basically PC primarily, probably up until I had an N64. So up until like the 90s somewhere. So for that 15-year period or so, almost 20 years, I went from like Commodore 64, MS-DOS type stuff, and then to Windows and stuff like that. And then I went to console, and I still game on my Windows machine. So yeah, that's why my history for a lot of my big games is on PC.
And have you ever gone back and played that game in recent years? Like, where does it stand? Does it still sort of hold up, or is it just more of a memory?
No, it's some of you played it on console, you know, the Orange Box and stuff like that,
right?
And so yeah, I played it that way, and it does hold up. And it's like you know, the game that does that on Xbox is Rise: Son of Rome. The graphics for Rise to this day look like they should be modern, modern console. Even though that game is now, 13 years old, it doesn't show.
Right.
So yeah, that's why it just stuck with me, because that was the first time that I remember going, "Oh, these graphics are incredible."
You didn't do that for Doom? Or you didn't do that for Doom?
I mean, comparatively, I thought this was even for Doom, this was a step up from Doom too. Probably if I want to go earlier, I would say, the original Splinter Cell was also a WoW type of game.
Nice.
I thought Splinter Cell was later than the original Unreal Tournament.
Well, I don't remember the order. All I do remember is I had to get a new 3D video card for Splinter Cell. So
yeah, understand.
Because Splinter Cell started to push the boundaries of the video card market. It was one of the early games to do so.
Nice.
So yeah,
there you go. A nice retro pick coming from Cerebral Paul and the Unreal Shooter at that. So how about that? Wize Old Gamer, how about yourself, man? What would you say was the game that sort of redefined what it meant to be a gamer for you? Something that holds a lot of weight in your book.
Well, to this day, I mean, I would say the one game that actually even got me into this genre of gaming, or this hobby of gaming, was Zelda, the original gold cartridge Zelda on the Nintendo. It was the first time when we went to Toys R Us. A game was like $70, and back in those days, $70 was a whole heck of a lot. I think adjusted for a price, it would be like 100 something plus. It came in a gold cartridge, and then you put it. I mean, first of all, though, just the aura of it, right? Like it's like something more than just a game. Back in those days, there was no such thing as collector's editions. This was like the OG collector's edition. Yep. Then you put it in, and it's like, wow, you can go anywhere. You can go into that cave that you first start off with. I mean, all of the games that we enjoyed in today's society, like with all the free roaming and all the open world, Zelda started it. I mean, we were sitting around in the cafeteria talking about, oh, did you find this secret? Did you find all before all Reddit and all this other stuff came out? That was a game that, for me, defined what gaming could be. Because before then, with the 2600, because I had Pitfall. It was just one just horizontal scroller. Super Mario Brothers was also a horizontal scroller. Yeah, I mean, with Kid Icarus and Metroid, you had this little bit of verticality, but with Zelda, it just took it to a whole nother level. You could literally go anywhere you wanted to go, do anything you wanted to do. Literally, if you wanted to, you could, in theory, go in and get your wooden sword and go and kill everything. I mean, it was like, for me, what a game could possibly be. And that was when gaming left the sort of the niche that it was in, basically side scrollers up and down, to something that is just a little bit more massive and more epic. And yeah, that's my game, my choice. So.
Very nice. Very nice. I'm curious now to find out what Sir X-Man would pick for his most influential game.
I have 3.
Go ahead.
That's okay. My first one is Combat from the original Atari, because I just could not help. Me and my buddy would go, and they'd spend the night over there visiting when I was almost a teenager, whatever. And we would just shoot each other back and forth across the screen and shoot each other from the other side of the screen and just keep going.
You just like playing with each other's joysticks, didn't you? You just like playing with, just grabbing that stick and working it.
And that was a 2600 joystick, so it was short and stubby. So
exactly.
Yeah.
Right, yeah.
Yeah,
signs of things to come.
And the red button didn't mean what you think it meant. But
panic.
But it was just my first experience with just having fun with somebody, and it just opened my eyes up to what the possibilities could be. You know what I'm saying? And that experience I will never forget. Combat, I know a lot of people say Pitfall, but Combat that came with the 2600 was a great game that no one thinks about. And it pretty much started that and playing Pong and Breakout. Because when it came with the D-pad paddles. I still got them.
I love Breakout. Breakout was so awesome.
This is why I love my chat.
Oh, they hit you with their favorite thing. Hey, wait a minute,
Axel.
I didn't see that in the chat. That's good stuff.
God.
You wrong, Axel. You so wrong. Wait time on your show one day. I'm gonna get back at you. But
oh shit.
Real quick, I'm just going down a quick line. Like I said, ColecoVision, Donkey Kong. That was the most addictive shit I ever fucking played, dude. Then on the Nintendo NES, I'm skipping a whole lot of systems, so please forgive me. I played almost every system. On the Nintendo NES, most people gonna say it was Mario Brothers. For me, it was Rygar.
Oh yeah, that's good stuff.
Rygar was my favorite game, and I would get mad when I play it for so long. And my mother came home and turned the system off because you didn't have no say. He had to start it all over again.
Yes,
But I finally
the
had to
days
tell
of
her,
those
don't
games.
turn it off, and I finally beat it.
His Sir X-Men, I saw in I think it was Good Morning Xbox chat the other day. You said something about the Rygar and PS2. That was a great game too, wasn't it?
Yeah, I beat that one too. That's why I said
I
they
love
need
that
to
one.
bring that game back. They
Yeah,
need
that
to
was a
bring
good
that
one.
game back.
Yeah.
I didn't really play any N64, but I did play Mario Karts because my friend had the N64. So we just got down with that. Didn't really feel GoldenEye like that. You know, it was okay, but it wasn't my thing. PlayStation, it was Tomb Raider. That's what made me buy a PlayStation. My Saturn, it was for the Japanese games like Marvel vs. X-Men versus Street Fighter and games like that. You notice I'm picking pretty much one per console.
Well, I'm glad you are
how
because I
many-
want to ask you for
I
the most
wasn't gonna go
influential.
there. I said,
Whoa! I got a
said
question.
one
How
per
many
console.
when you start playing Tomb Raider on the PlayStation? How many controllers did you go through? How many controllers did you get sticky?
Oh, I wasn't into the boobs. I was into the maze, the puzzles, dude. I didn't care. It took me a month to beat the original Tomb Raider,
That's
dude.
that's why I bought Playboy to read the articles. Yeah, sure. Okay, go ahead.
It was hustler for me, but remember
she did have pyramid tits back then, so
I know, right? But you saw the bootlegs in the magazines, right?
Yeah.
Everybody saw that. On the PS2, it was SSX.
That's good stuff. That's good.
You bought that game by mistake, didn't you? You thought it said something else,
that
didn't
was
you?
sex.
Let's talk
Snowboard
about
sex,
sex,
yeah.
baby. Let's talk about you. Okay, never mind.
No, we're not.
But,
talking about you and me. I'm sorry.
But then it was the Dreamcast, Marvel vs. Capcom 2.
Oh yeah, there you go, man.
That was my game. And quick nod, Soul Calibur.
Oh yeah. Yep.
Then I moved
I
on.
loved Marvel
Then I
vs.
moved
Capcom
on.
2. I could.
Then I
finally
Those
play
are
a
two
game.
great games, Sir X-Men.
Then I moved on to Xbox because I played the PlayStation 2 and I was trying to play SSX3 online and it was crap. And then I tried to play Need for Speed online and it was crap because people were glitching. See, PlayStation had a link where people could play Need for Speed Underground 2 on PC also. So people would cheat and jump ahead of you. I was like, nope. So then I went to Xbox for the better online. First game on there real quick was Need for Speed Underground 1 and 2. Yeah, but my favorite game on there was, man, I'm giving a little history. Nobody knows this about me. Holy, I'm sorry about that, Noof. I didn't mean to change it. I apologize. But there's so many memories. But PGR2 was life. That's where I met some of my oldest Xbox friends. All of them. And then Burnout 3 Takedown took me away. I could not play nothing else. I played that before Halo 2.
I love those the Burnout Takedown. Yeah, that was, man.
That's the greatest. That's the only racing game ever.
That was so
to
great.
Get arcade racing game ever to get perfect 10s from every magazine and every people that judge games.
Burnout Takedown. Yeah. That's.
I preferred Burnout Revenge myself. Yeah. Burnout Revenge was my
Burnout Revenge was great too. Yeah.
But
These
Burnout
Takedown
was just, it was just visceral.
Yeah, they stepped it up.
There was no
Well, you
card
might as well keep
checking.
on going, or we're gonna get some burnout here before we get to this.
Before we get took down.
But of course, it was Gears and Halo on the regular Xbox, and then everything carried on, and that's pretty much it. You know, everything else falls in place after that. You know what I'm saying as far as gaming.
Well, pretty good selection right there. You go, a little history lesson from Sir X-Man and Doggy Dog, sir. How
Well, he's
about
been around
yourself?
long enough to give a history lesson. Sorry.
Yeah, but have I been wrong about the games I've chosen? That's the question you need to ask yourself.
Oh, those were great. Those were great games.
Wize Old Gamer, you're a math teacher, and honestly, nothing really adds up about you.
Hey, okay, no comment. Keep going.
So we got a fucking bot in here. Anybody
We
bought
do?
that shit or already? That bullshit or whatever.
Oh, we got the love bot in the house. Whatever.
Oh my God, that's
Yeah.
There you go.
After
Get the hell
show,
lost.
after the show, love bot. After the show, send me a
Yeah.
DM.
He
Send
heard
me a
SSX
DM.
tricky and thought it was sex
Those-
sticky.
On time, wrong
Those
place.
are
Come on,
friends
man.
of Wize Old Gamer. That's what that is.
Go ahead, Doggy Dog. How about yours? Most influential game of any generation. Which game really resonates with you?
Man, that was great. That was great, guys. All you guys, Sir X-Man, that was a great list there. I'll try not to lame too much of a list here, but before I go with my one, I'll pick just definitely Street Fighter 2 definitely deserves an honorable mention for me.
Yeah, it does.
The game. I mean, I still love fighting games to this day because of that game. You know, I could go on forever. Zelda, Wize Old Gamer said, man, I still love adventure type of games because of that. Even the old Final Fantasies, like back on the Super Nintendo or the old Nintendo, the first Final Fantasy, you know, those. Oh yeah, if I threw a few old school ones, Burger Time and Astro Smash, got to give it to you guys. And then, okay,
Astro Smash on the television.
You know,
Yes,
more than Burger Time, I loved Food Fight. Food Fight was that Robotron spin-off where you were fighting all these chefs and you had to go to these piles of foods and throw the food around. Do y'all remember the game?
If
Food
you
Fight.
got your 360, you can still play Burger Time.
It wasn't
was on
Burger
there.
Food Fight. It was Food Fight. It was really good. I can't find it anymore. I mean, I can't even find it anymore. It's a classic. I wish.
What console was it on?
It wasn't on a console. It was
it's just
strictly
arcade, I
it was
believe.
just strictly
Yeah,
arcade.
just,
Yeah.
Oh,
It was one of those rare ones to find, and I've been looking. God knows I've been looking, and just can't find it. So, yeah, keep going, Doggy. Sorry to.
But the one and Streets Rage 2 and Final Fight, you got to give it to you guys for the side-scrolling beat 'em ups there. But the one I'll go with, just thinking right off the top of my head, I gotta go with. I didn't have a PS2 yet, and I go over to somebody's house, and they're playing Grand Theft Auto 3, right?
Oh shit!
Oh wow!
And I'm like, what the hell is this, right? And they're like, oh no, check it out. I can do this and I can do that, you know, and like, no way. And within a few minutes, I'm part of this circle that's just passing the controller around, raising hell, doing whatever they want in this game.
Yep.
And this game's just so fun. You don't even have to be playing the missions just to even enjoy this, right? But once you actually kind of dug into maybe not even that, and so you go into Vice Cities or whatever, and the San Andreas, the stories in these are really good too, you know, and you realize how great these, I don't know, they're just the start of what Rockstar had, you know, I mean, I don't know. And when you started playing these, it made you, I don't know, kind of look for what is next, what is great in that open world gaming, that, I don't know, that fetch quest, you know? So, and I know it's kind of gotten way out of hand with this and that, the copies of this, that, but to me, that game was just so great. The just everything on the map. There's the weapons. Even I remember the cheat codes. You go hide behind that and try, you know. But I don't know. That game meant a lot to me. And I still like, and I loved Grand Theft Auto 5. That was great. I look forward to Grand Theft Auto 6. And sorry about all the leaks or whatever. You know, sorry about that too. But
why are you apologizing? Did you do it? Are you involved?
Exactly.
Sorry about all that. You know,
Did you get paid? Did you get paid? That's all
I
that
did,
matters.
man. I put this out there. But I always love Grand Theft Auto. The story's always been great. I don't like Grand Theft Auto 5 online. I'm not one of those kind of people. I just always love those stories. Yeah. They've always done a great job with those games. So yeah, that's going to be my influential pick. Even though I could name off a ton of other ones, but that's my one.
Good.
Yeah,
that's why I said this topic we could literally be here for 5 hours easy.
You know what's sad though, Noof? It's a great topic though.
Yeah,
it's a great topic. We'll come back and explore parts of it later. But yeah, Grand Theft Auto. I mean, that was a big reason that the PlayStation 2 was a mega power for sales.
Yes,
because it wasn't even until several years after Grand Theft Auto 3 before the original Xbox got the what was it, the trilogy or whatever they had it came out. But by then it was kind of like, the wind had been out of the sails of the original Xbox. Microsoft was almost ready to move on, and most people really didn't care that much at that point in time. Like GTA was sort of the home for on PlayStation was the home for GTA, really, in all sense. So yeah, no, that was.
I have not beaten a single Grand Theft Auto game. I've played them,
really?
I've just not beaten one because I keep getting stuck in the same loop. I keep going to a hooker and then collecting my money back.
I love getting those strategy guides, and it showed all those packages and stuff, and you just go around and complete all that, and you could get the Apache Copter. I can't remember which one that was in, if that was Vice City or San Andreas or whatever. And just the story mission, the missions and stuff, this was so well thought out for back in the day. They really had it going on, man. And just we sat there and play that all night long, and it was just so fun. We couldn't stop playing that game.
What's a strategy guide? I don't know what the
strategy guide. I heard Wize Old Gamer. I heard Wize Old Gamer trying to set a world record. He's the first guy in Grand Theft Auto 5 to amass $1 billion and spend the entirety of it in the strip club.
Exactly.
Yeah, there you go.
Dude, who didn't when they play Grand Theft Auto?
Right.
I got to get on stage and beat the hooker. It's just Grand Theft Auto.
Making it rain and the money's coming out crazy.
It just had every element of what you could even think of back then that a game could have. Their imagination was our imagination, and Rockstar still does that. They're still good at that.
Well, their cars in that actual game actually beat up better than most of the racing games out there back in the day.
Yeah, right,
like, wow,
right.
And cars actually destroy, and then the racing games, I get a little dent on the fender. That's it.
Well, right? Grand Theft Auto 5, all it is Midnight Club now.
Midnight Club. Nice. That's good stuff.
See, the problem with Grand Theft Auto is a lot of people look at the microtransactions and they sort of sell Rockstar short. And yeah, they do deserve some of this crap that they're getting these days, but Grand Theft Auto, when it first came out, it did a lot better, a lot of stuff better than even some of the games that came after it.
True.
Like, if you walked into the open world, it was just a living world. There were cars going, they were making the correct turns, there were people walking left and right. It was a populated environment. You've got games to this day that still have a hard time doing that,
And great radio stations. You could literally sit there, drive around in a game and listen to all those damn radio stations.
Yeah. Vice City still has one of my favorite soundtracks from back.
Even Grand Theft Auto 2 was addictive. The top-down version, even that was good back in the day.
Well, even the DS one, the Chinatown War. There was that. The Chinatown Wars were good too. The one on the DS. So
wow.
Yeah. It's just a third dimension really took it into a more realistic thing, made people sort of get into the game. As for myself, guys, I'm going to keep it real quick, but mine is easy. You probably heard me say this before on various podcasts, but Gears of War.
I knew he was going to say Gears.
Gears is the be-all, end-all franchise for me. It's the biggest reason that I love and gravitate to Xbox more than anything on PlayStation. Now, for some people, they could care less. I've heard all the hate for Gears of War. It's like anything that becomes popular, people just find a reason to hate on it. They had a few blips in the radar, but they certainly didn't drop the ball. I mean, Coalition has done a phenomenal job, and they pumped out games at an incredible rate when you look at it. Coalition came in with some big shoes to fill. First thing out of the gate, they made the Gears of War Ultimate Edition, and not only added content, but that's how a remake is done, people. That is how you do it. Remake the game from the ground up. The graphics were new. Sound effects were edited. The multiplayer was
only $40.
Yeah, it was $40, and it even came with every single the Gears of War franchise came with it. Like DLC, holy hell,
all that stuff.
That was crazy. That's how you do an Ultimate Edition, people, right there. That was nuts. But Gears of War, because it was not only like one of those showcase pieces graphically, but it was, it really started to feel like big cinema. That's when the games were starting to take on a life of its own. Sure, there were other instances. Well, I mean, Call of Duty 2 was pretty impressive when it first launched on 360, but it was Gears that made me stand up and listen, made me stand up and look and go, Man, if that game plays the way it looks, and back then that was magazine era, right? There was no real internet. There was internet, but it wasn't like the internet today. I mean, it wasn't like publications hyping the hell out of stuff. You just saw like, you got those early like the pictures and stuff like that, and you would just look at things in the game. And I was just drooling on it, just like, man, this Unreal Engine is absolutely insane. Look at this game. These larger than life characters. The Delta
story.
Squad.
Well, I
The
can say
story
I
made
can say
you want to see the ending too in Gears. The
I'm a huge fan of like TV ads for games, and I think Gears has one of the best TV ads out there with Mad World playing in the background. To this day, that gives me chills when I see
Bro.
it. Yeah.
Amen. Who doesn't remember the opening level of Gears 2 when Rom comes up and guts Sergeant Kim or whatever, Lieutenant Kim? You remember that?
Mm-hmm.
And you're like, holy crap, like right off the get-go, this giant fucking ugly dude comes up and he's massive and he's intimidating. You're like, Jesus, he's like Darth Vader from fucking video games. It was crazy. This is the thing I always say, like some of these video games today, that's what they lack, is they lack great villains. They lack people that are identifiable. Like my thing with the Gears, and it's kind of because the story technically ended with 3 in a large sense, is that they're starting to pull the Star Wars, where they're trying to make stories out of stuff that essentially ended, and then it starts to get a little weird. Like I'm not a big fan of the Lambent now, the mutated shit. It's just kind of weird. Stuff is getting a little weird with Gears in that sense, and plus it's sort of lost its edge. I don't like the fact either that the company went to calling it Gears. No, to me, it's Gears of War. You take out the war, and it already lost that edge. What made it aggressive? What made it? No, go back to calling it Gears of War. It's 3 words. We can say Gears of War. We're not that lazy, are we? We got Gears. Yeah, I know. Yeah. As a tech term, that's how we always refer to. Well, I'm going to play some Gears.
How much do you think they want to separate Gears of War from God of War?
That's sort of part of it. Yeah, they sound the same, and syllable-wise are the same. People go GOW, and you go, "Oh, God of War," no, Gears of War.
But you know the difference with the.
I mean, we know the difference, but generally speaking, you're talking about some sort of PR people who don't know that we know the difference.
Well, Nick's right though, man. I agree with that.
Gears of War and God of War. Gears of War and God of War were actually, even though they got the same initials, were 2 of the bloodiest games that's ever been created.
Right. Yeah. Doof, you're right. They need to bring back Gears of War. Yeah, they call it God of War, so obviously we can still use war.
I've said this multiple times. There's lots of books out on the market with Gears of War, and if they're running for out of ideas, they could have went back and basically took the ideas from Karen Travis's The Pendulum Wars. So you could go back and do a prequel where Marcus Phoenix is younger and he's hanging out and training Dom's brother. What the fuck is Dom's brother? Carlos Santiago. And they could go back into that sort of era, the Pendulum Wars, where there's a whole bunch of stuff long before you get into everything else. But anyway, that's I'm getting off topic. But bottom line is, if it wasn't for Gears of War and the 360, I may have literally given up on gaming. I was at that point where I thought, I'm just not that interested anymore. And that game reeled me back in hard. And I just became re-addicted all over again. And being able to play one of the greatest franchises I consider, and being able to do it co-op, my God, that was amazing.
Noof, I think you go deeper than Crispy Bomb for Gears.
Well, here's the thing.
You and him in the Gears talk battle.
Here's the thing that I believe that Gears did, and Gears and even Halo, when it was under what's that company's called? I'm having a brain fart right now. Under who had it before 343? I'm sorry. Gears and Halo had this in the 360 era. They had a polish.
Epic had it. It was an epic game.
Right. Gears. Epic had it. Gears and Bungie had Halo. And there was and they both had a polish about their games. There was, like, as you said, it was a cinematic tour de force. It was literally like playing a movie, and with the huge explosions, with all these set pieces. I mean, I think that's what really propelled the 360 to the successes that it got. And I think Sony saw that. I see Sony took that playbook and said, hey, our games need that polish, because I think the PlayStation 3 at that time did not, or the PlayStation brand did not have those games with that polish. And then, of course, with the 360, with with PS3, with Uncharted came out, and then, of course, Last of Us and all of that, they sort of took that Gears of War / Bungie Halo polish and sort of ran with it. And it's kind of sad to see that Microsoft is not embracing the thing that they sort of defined, which was that polish in gaming that they had in 360. So, yeah.
But Wize Old, you forgetting one thing. Bungie and Epic, one thing about them, they brought great story that got you into the game. I know they've changed over to the Coalition and 343, but it was the story from Epic and Bungie that made the games what they were. I don't see that kind of story coming to the people that took over these people, this stuff. That's all I got to say on that, but that's how I've been feeling.
I think Microsoft's latest flagship that they can sort of take, and hopefully they'll market the living piss out of it, is the Hellblade, Senua's Saga.
Yeah.
It looks like it has that polish,
They really got to go hard on that game. One, because it is a story-based, first-person story-based game. The kind of stuff that a lot of people have asked Microsoft to bring us. Now they have it. The game, as we've seen already in early development, looks unbelievable. It's a showcase title for the hardware, something that really goes, wow, this is some next-gen stuff. And and she's a great character. The first game was phenomenal. So Microsoft really, when it comes down to marketing this game, they got to go to bat on this one. This is they can't let it slip and get away. They have to go all in, just like they would with a Halo, because I think the game deserves it. And I think this is the game to sort of right the ship and get it going. And it should be coming out sooner than later, I think. And that's what I think they got to do.
On that, real quick.
Yeah,
real quick. The only thing we want is to keep the puzzle base in there. We know there's gonna be combat, but give us a good story.
And Noose,
good story.
And Noose, right, man? That game looked great. Like when they showed that back at what was that? The Game Awards or whatever, like back a year ago or whatever.
It was before the summer showcase. Yeah.
So like, imagine what this game's gonna look like when it comes out. Yeah, Noof, you're right, man. It's a story-driven kind of game, over the shoulder, if you will, kind of deal, right?
Yep.
Right. So let's go with that. It's good because that game it should be pretty good. Hopefully they add some more combat up in there and build on that good combat that they had in there in the first place. So
I totally do. I definitely think they're gonna really go all in more in combat. It was a little more linear to start the first game, obviously with the the sword and the parrying, but I think you're gonna see a lot more on the next game. To keep it interesting without getting too far into RPG territory. I think you need to stay clear of that stuff because the first game wasn't built on it. So why do the next one? I heard a lot of complaints about the puzzle stuff, but honestly, it wasn't that bad. It was actually quite clever. I'm sure they'll bring some of that back.
Puzzles. I love that shit.
So
that's why we fell in love with Tomb Raider.
Well, they I will say, after having played it, they do need to add some accessibility as far as some of those puzzles are concerned, because it was really easy to get turned around in that game.
Yeah,
that there was no real pathing as far as knowing where you had to go.
Yeah.
So you could spend a lot of time running around in circles, going, but where do I go? You know.
Yep, it did do that, and hopefully
we did that, and we didn't even have any. We didn't even need accessories. We still was like, where do I go?
Here's an easy one, because you know how Senua was always hearing voices in her head. They should have just had one like when she's going the wrong way. If you keep going too far, she'd be going, "I think we're going the wrong way."
Yeah,
that made you. You had to have that game.
The guys from Train Spain was on
you had to have a headset on.
I would love to play that game in first person with VR or something, with a VR headset. I think that game would be crazy.
That background would be sick, dude. Watching that. Holy shit.
That's one of those games. The first game still holds up very well today. You go back and play it, it's like, for a small team at the time, the Ninjas had a very small team, put that together in a matter of a couple of years and knocked it out of the park. And it was great stuff. So, but anyway, I didn't want to get sidetracked, but hopefully Microsoft is listening to some of what we're saying here, and they'll go all in, because that's going to be a real Game Pass seller if they promote it properly, I think. So, we're at the halfway mark of the show. So, Sir X-Man, it's up to you if you want to stay a little bit longer. If you want to bid,
I'm cool for a minute. I'm awake.
Okay, we're going to do the Ask Arnold right now. It is that time, and then actually we're long past the Ask Arnold stage, but we're going to do it anyway because people expect it. Arnold is in the building. He's been standing on standby here for the last 20 odd minutes, and he's like, Noob, You're going to bring me in or what? Because I got work to do. Let's go. All right. So anybody on the panel, our guest, or in the chat have a question for Arnold, we'll do a couple, and then we'll move the show on to the next topic. Have at her. Anybody?
Hey, okay. Hey, Arnold.
Yeah.
Who is softer? Jim Ryan, Crying Ryan, or I don't know who's softer. The Pillsbury Doughboy.
Honest to God, you know what? At least the Pillsbury Doughboy you can take for what he says at face value. You know, all he does is you poke him in the belly and he goes, ugh, or whatever the hell he's doing. But you know what? I like the Pillsbury Doughboy. He keeps it straight. He tells it to you like it is. He just makes it great cookies. That's great. But Jim Ryan, I don't know what the hell he's been doing. He has gone soft at the core. He is just like one of those cheap wieners at the store. You don't want to trust it. You can't boil it. You can't burn it. You don't want to eat it. You might regret it. Yes, because that's what it is. Jim Ryan, I don't know what you're doing over there at PlayStation, but since you took over, everything's going up. It's like you guys are over there taking Viagra. Your price is going up. Your games are going up. You're charging us here. You're charging us there. What the hell is it? You guys, you know, what are you going to do next? Start selling COVID shots with your games? What is going on there?
Hey, our buddy Axel said, hey, Arnold, which X most influenced your gaming? Which X most influenced your gaming?
Oh, nice. That's good.
X influenced my gaming. Well, of course, it's got to be Maria, because I was so pissed off with Maria that I would always be in the dungeon playing the games and hanging out with my donkeys. This is one way to get constant ass, is buy yourself a donkey and play my games. I didn't want to be around her because honestly, looking at her, it was like staring into the face of one of those zombies out of The Walking Dead. I don't know how I ever managed to sleep with her. At one point in time, I might have been drunk. I don't know. Maybe I smoked too many cigars, but you know, there's so many hot ladies out there. She is not one of them. You know, I was going to nickname her Maria Shrivel Up Shriver. Here I am, pumping the weights and I'm getting everything, and she over there looking like her face is sunk in, like she sucked the wind out of a blowjob. What the fuck is going on here?
Hey, Arnold, that's why you mess with the maid, because she had back. Mm-hmm.
That's exactly what it was. I used to nickname the maid. I used to call her Minute Maid. Yes, and we'd go have some orange juice.
Hey, Arnold, I got a question. Hey, Arnold, I heard you were the last person seen with the Queen. What did you do to kill her?
Oh my God.
That is a crazy and almost terrible question. I don't even know if I'm obliged to answer it. But honestly, you know what? All I had to do, I pulled down her panties, I blew on it, and that was it. She was done. She was done. She hadn't had that much fun in a decade. Honest to God, that's what I did. That's all I had to do.
Arnold,
yes,
you met Queen Elizabeth. What did you think of her when you met her back in the day?
Well, I think I met her back in the day when she was still in her 30s, you know, something like that. You know, that woman, I thought she was going to outlive fucking Methuselah. You know, honest to God, you know, that. I honestly thought one of these days I thought one of these days when they're going to send us to Mars and we're going to wake up in the time capsule, she's still going to be there governing the fucking earth. She would be still there. I swear to God, I honestly didn't expect that she was going to die. Honest to God, I guess honestly, this world, she just had enough of it. There's too much crazy shit, and she packed it in. But that's what it was.
To all our British people, we didn't mean to offend you. We were sending you honors and love by making an Arnold joke.
Yes,
you know.
God bless the Queen. Rest in peace.
Yep.
All right, last question. We'll take one more. Anybody in the panel or in the chat?
Come on, Paul. Give something up. You've been
No, I'm good. Yeah.
Also, I know what time to the segment
Paul is like, how do I follow up that one?
Hey, Arnold, who do you prefer, Cerebral Paul or the Queen?
Ooh. Damn.
Be careful how you answer this, Arnold.
Hey, Arnold, who do you prefer, Cerebral Paul or the Queen?
Well, I can tell you this much: what the both of them have in common, they both spend most of their life in a chair.
That's true.
All right, I think we answered.
Oh, I'm awake now. God damn it. Thanks, Arnold.
All right, that's it for tonight. I think we have lost the room. Oh shit!
Oh, Lord have mercy. That's what you get for being so quiet, Paul.
Yeah.
So guys, I'm going to bring up a little article on the screen here. This is like a small news thing, but it's actually a good news thing, and it's something a little bit long overdue when it comes to obviously Microsoft and some of the things around digital rights management, which we've known for some time. So I'm just going to share it up here. I don't know if you guys have seen this before, but the article was shared with me, and it's a good news, especially for those of you who still play a lot of games via disc and may not have an internet access or for whatever reason play offline. If you didn't know, a lot of the games that were disc-based, when you put them in, if you weren't had some sort of online connection to start, it basically will lock you out and tell you that you had to insert a game or something. So with the latest Microsoft update they rolled out, it allows users to play many more Xbox One games offline without a mandatory digital rights management check. The 2208 update released early this month does not force users to do an online compatibility check to play a game from an Xbox One disc. So I think that's, like I said, small news, but it's kind of good news. That sort of thing. Anybody want to weigh on this? Like I said, it's not a huge topic, but I think it's kind of cool. Go ahead.
Let me say real quick. It's not. They didn't. From what I understand, they haven't totally removed it. They just made it a much lesser check. It won't check near as often, but it will still check periodically. So.
But doesn't this also extend to like digitally downloaded games, so single player games that do not need an online access?
Yeah, basically, it used to check for ownership like every time. Now with the change, it won't do it that much. But it will still periodically run a check.
Oh, okay.
I don't know what their schedule is going to be or how they're going to work that out. But
hey, go check the mail, please.
I am not going to go check your mail.
My son walked in here.
Not happening.
Man, I be waiting for the mail a long ass time. That's a damn.
Be waiting in line.
But now, real quick on that, I've never had a problem playing my games offline on the Xbox. Like sometimes when the internet goes out and stuff like that, cable be doing that shit. But I've never had a problem with that. Because I had because if it's your home, you can play everything you have. If your console is your main home, you don't have a problem playing your games that you own. It never had to have a digital check.
That's not
I didn't have
quite
a problem.
true, but and the issue is with some of the games, all you had to do is, even if it is to force the console to tell it it's offline, basically go into so it doesn't try to connect, so it knows that there's no internet. There's the setting to go offline. You have to tell it to go offline, so it's not checking for that connection.
Yeah, but I've never had that problem. Personally, I've never had that. As long as it's your home, but if you're playing in another console in another room that's not your home, you can't do it. So maybe they rectified that situation for people who have multiple consoles, and they just got to sign in.
Users will now be able to install the Xbox One version of a game straight from the Xbox One or cross-generation disc and can start playing it. Internet will be required to download any updates or enhancement packs for the Series X.
That's normal.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
That's normal.
Like I said, it's not a big article, but it's just little things like that, that, Free Jack was the original one who brought it to my attention. Free Jack in the chat. I don't know if he's still here, but he's my buddy. And of course he knows me, how much I'm certainly invested still into the disc based purchasing, even though I get it. A lot of shit isn't even on the disc anymore. It is basically a DRM licensed disc. That's really all it acts as. But, as a collector and stuff, and obviously if I have a disc based game, I still have to insert the disc, even though it's installed to the console, or it does not recognize that the game is there, or I don't have it, right? So it's imperative that I keep those games, because it's not like automatic as I put it in. It's like qualifying as a digital transfer. So
correct. Yeah, it's like right now you get a disc. People think, that Oh man, I got the disc. I can play it now, but the disc
No.
is just your
Like a key or
authorization.
something.
So,
to play
Noof, what
now.
you're saying?
Yeah.
So,
Right.
from what I hear correctly, Noof, you're having an insertion problem. Is that what it
That
is?
was I knew something like that was coming.
That's
Yeah.
right. That damn disc slot is just not wide enough. It needs to be 8-track size at least. Come on.
That might not be big enough for me, but you know.
So what you're saying is about every 20 minutes or so you have to take a pause and then continue on.
That's right.
Got it.
For X-Men.
Yeah, you got to take that 20-minute pause and then you come back to the action.
Hey, I'm good with mini disc. Okay.
For X-Men,
nah.
Mini
I
disc.
need a vinyl size, but only horizontally.
So, okay, with all this stuff is all nice and well. So now, can I watch my downloaded Pornhub videos without internet access?
Yes,
what I wanted.
And then
You have to
much better
download
than
it to the
VHS.
console, baby.
Oh yes, I'm good. I got to leave early. By the way, I'm just kidding.
Yeah, he found out some good news. He's gonna leave in a hurry, like in a hurry now.
Exactly.
Yeah, I'm sure
He was.
I'm sure he's got the oil right next to him.
Here's another little topic we'll get into real quick. Let's move
All right,
along from
cool.
that one, unless anybody else has something to say on it. Because, like I said, it's very minute. But
That's
here's
good
kind
news.
here's kind of a good one. I kind of read this one after I guess I prepped for the show, and that is that EA and Motive have confirmed, although we knew it was rumored, that yes, they are working on a new Iron Man game. Are you guys excited? You think Motive can pull out the big stops and bring a successful game out here? We've seen Iron Man done in the past, and while the games have been, I guess, a good attempt, they haven't really been super. They certainly haven't been amazing games by any means. And I think after playing Anthem, one of the things that we've all said is, man, if you took Anthem and turned it into a Iron Man game, you'd have the recipe for success. Would that be a fair assessment? Who wants to jump in
Yeah.
here? Do you think EA Motive can do it, Paul?
That's immediately where I went when I saw the headline is, well, they're going to put that Anthem engine to work. And I think even when I shared it to the group chats, I said, this is Anthem 2.0. And so,
Yeah,
because
it is EA, right? So
They need,
yeah,
to make
it
that,
is
they need to make that co-op where one person could be War Machine also.
that would be very
Well,
cool.
That's good. That's
To be honest with you, I cannot think of a game apart from Anthem. I know Anthem did many things wrong, well, most of the things wrong actually, but I can't think of any game that has nailed like single player flight as good as Anthem did. And
Right,
I'm
that's-
going,
the first time that we all saw it, the first thing we all said was Iron Man, because that was the mode it was flying. It was,
Come
it
on,
was-
guys. Superman 64 did a great job.
Oh, no, shut up.
Oh, Sir X Man, hell yeah.
That was a piece of crap.
The legendary.
Hey,
the legendary.
I mean,
Superman 64.
that's a sign that Sir X-Men, it's time for your medications.
I mean-
This person in the room, dude.
I mean, Superman on the Atari 2600 was better than Superman.
Yeah, I remember
64.
that one. Boy, that
Paul's
was
like my wheelchair handled better in gravel than Superman did in that game.
Pretty much.
with my nitrous going on.
oh shit. Turbo boost.
Just like his avatar.
Yeah, right. Yeah, exactly.
You know,
Oh,
the
yeah.
thing
In the gravel.
all jokes aside, though, the problem with the problem with the Superman game is that, okay, inherently Superman has all the powers from day one, right? There's no real elevating Superman, right? So you can't like go start the game and then finish the game more powerful than you started as Superman. With Iron Man, you can do that. And I think that
Right.
there's a lot of untapped potential here. I mean, they got the flight mechanism down packed, right? Now, all they
Right.
need to do is just add on to that where, you can like grow, like in the first movie, how he sort of learned how to fly and do all that stuff. And he upgraded his equipment slowly and slowly. If they can incorporate all of that, like those mild RPG elements,
Well,
I think they could do it.
Make an origin story Iron Man game where you start out from scratch, much like he did in the first movie, kind of deal. Like if you make something along that lines where you build up your suit and you add items to it, I think that would have a ton of potential.
Yeah.
Now, it's
By the way,
EA.
you could theoretically do that with Superman as well if you start when he's young and he doesn't have all his powers fully
Oh, that'd be
developed,
cool.
because that's actually how it happened in the stories as well. Superman didn't wake up one day as a teenager and all of a sudden understand how to use all his powers and stuff.
That's a great idea.
Right, yeah, Paul.
That's a great idea, Paul. Actually spend it as young Clark Kent and learn your
Yeah,
powers.
and start as Superboy and work your way up. over a period of
Yeah.
time or whatever.
It'd be cool if they had investigative stuff too, where he plays like Clark Kent.
Yeah,
and
Clark Kent,
Porter,
because
and
that's
you
part of the
use his
story. Yeah.
X-ray vision, to maybe solve some shit. It doesn't always have to be Superman pounding the shit
Yep.
out of people. That would be freaking awesome, actually.
Yeah,
Yep.
just start Superman from the beginning to just telling a story, like when the ship crashes and Aunt May and all that stuff. Just start off like
No Aunt May in Superman. It's Martha and Jonathan.
Okay, I'm
Jesus
sorry. Excuse me,
I'm sorry. Senility is a bitch, ain't it? Senility.
And what would be cool with the Superman game too is to have some sort of repercussions. So, like with the power comes great responsibility. It's said in the Spider-Man movie. But what if you did Superman 2 where, like Grand Theft Auto, like a Grand Theft Auto, if you played the game fairly, like say clean whistle.
Hey, Superman beating up hookers. Right? That would be
exactly.
Cool.
If you were beating up people, or you were like smashing your buildings, or you were destroying stuff, and there was collateral damage, and all of a sudden the governments and the armies are turning against Superman, right? Wouldn't that be kind of cool?
Yeah, they've done that in the books. They've done that in the comic books.
Yeah,
it's been a dark Superman.
And then you also got
remember those of us who played Injustice 2, it's all or seen the animated adaptation. It's about Superman going bad.
Right. Plus in the metaverse, there's an evil Superman universe too, and they actually clash the good and the bad Superman ended up beating
Look at the show The Boys. They're playing with that whole idea of superheroes. Superheroes that like don't play by the books, and you see how that's turned into. So like if you kind of did that sort of morality with something like Superman, I think it would make for a very interesting game.
And don't forget to bring in the Batman.
Well, the only thing that really gives me a pause for this whole EA thing is that it's still EA, right. And this sounds like great, and this might be an avenue that they might be exploring. But why do I feel they're going to stick like a suit behind a paywall or some shit like that? That's the thing that's going to bother me if they do that type of crap. But if they make
who says EA would do anything like that? They're so consumer friendly.
Hey, I gotta send a notch out. I gotta send a notch out to my buddy Axel because he's right. Starlight is hot.
She is.
The boys. Starlight's hot, dude.
She is indeed.
I went there. I'm surprised Wize Old Gamer didn't comment on that one. Damn, that's rare.
even the redhead wasn't too bad. I'd swing her around a lamppost.
Oh, that tough one.
Yeah. What the fuck
leave that alone. I like that girl. I like that girl in season 2 or 3 that Homelander was banging in the air. I forgot her name. She was like this.
That
she was
dark-haired Nazi chick.
Yeah. She was kind of hot. I liked her too. So yeah.
Hey, and the Asian girl in there, she was pretty good.
Oh man, she kicked some ass, dude.
Holy
man, just let her loose. Shit,
absolutely,
man.
She was actually at the Edmonton Comic Con here this weekend.
Ooh, her going against Arnold. That ought to be interesting.
Aaron Fukuhara.
You think you can handle her, Arnold? I know it's late, but do you think you can handle that Chinese girl?
Of course. Remember, I am the T800. I've handled a lot of things. The only thing I didn't handle very well was the molten lava that stuck me in there. The shit fucking melted away. But honest to God, other than that, it was great. Honest to God, you pull off my arms and stick them back on. I would pull off my arm and stick it straight up her asshole. That's what I would do. Put it back on. She looked like a lollipop that I just can't stop.
Damn, he went there.
That he did.
Oh man,
Kimiko, yes, Kimiko, nice. Sorry, we kind of a little off topic there, but yeah. So back to Motive and Iron Man. Who else wants to weigh in on your thoughts about this?
I'll take an Iron Man if they keep with the engine from That'd be cool.
Do you think they may secure Robert Downey as the likeness and the voice? That'd be a freaking awesome. I say
get a new person. Get a new person like they did with Guardians of the Galaxy. It wasn't Chris Pratt, so just start somebody new.
Yeah, you really don't want EA spending more money to make a game.
Yeah, because more than gonna want some money.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, man. Because like the Jedi Fallen Order. I mean, that was kind of their crown a moment here recently, right? I mean,
Well,
like,
that's
yeah,
because what was it? Who did Jedi Fallen Order?
right. I don't know who. Yeah, I don't know who did. I know it's probably not that same group. I'm
it
sure.
was the people that
Respawn
did
to Jedi
Titanfall,
Fallen
right?
Respawn,
okay,
and
yeah.
basically Respawn told EA to keep their hands off. It's basically
Right.
the way
Okay.
that
Okay.
works.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Respawn said, "We have enough clout. You need to not touch our fucking
We can't get
game."
Tony
That's
Stark.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah,
You
Tony
got
Stark.
that's it. Okay. Okay.
You know,
That makes sense.
If Respawn would sort of share assets, they could bring that Titanfall engine and bring one of those Hulkbusters type things in there in the Iron Man game
Yeah.
as well. Yeah, that would be good.
Yeah, I mean that'd be cool, right? Yeah,
You
but
guys
like
better
Paul
watch
said,
it,
that's
'cause-
probably
You better watch it because Sony might try to make it an exclusive because they're with Marvel.
Oh,
You really never know.
I know.
yeah, I
right?
mean, yeah, I guess we should allow because
Exclusive. I could definitely see something like Iron Man coming to PlayStation exclusive content only on PlayStation.
Yep.
Oh,
See?
yeah, fuck yeah, I could see.
Yeah,
it.
they're probably working on
I
that
don't-
as you fucking speak. Honest to God.
I don't think that's
Yeah,
gonna
right,
happen
yeah.
because EA is more friendly with Microsoft than they are with Sony.
Right.
EA
I've
goes
always
to
kind
the
of
highest
felt
bidder,
that.
man.
Yeah. Right.
EA
that
goes where the money goes. Yeah,
yeah, do that
if
anyway,
Sony throws enough money at it, they'd be like, "Fine, you get it for the
Oh
first
yeah.
year."
Well, ever since the
Oh yeah.
original
EA is all
Xbox-
money.
Ever since the original Xbox, EA has started becoming more friends with Microsoft. That's where this came from. Because believe it or not, you could do more on an Xbox console than you could on a PS2 at the time when the Xbox was out. That's when they started growing with each other.
But
And
do you
I remember
know what?
when EA hard-hatted them out of their own sports games, right? Microsoft had their own sports games. And like, well, we won't put your. we won't
No,
put
they were
our-
just
But do
trying
you
to
think
go
that's
after
gonna
the
happen
2K
again, though?
franchise. They were trying to go
No,
after 2K
but-
because 2K outdid him that year.
But do you
Game
think
Pass.
with Call of Duty going under Microsoft's umbrella, there might be a little bit of conflict between Battlefield and Call of Duty? Do you think that same bridge will still exist once
that
Call of
bridge
Duty?
always exists? It ain't ever gonna change.
Well,
LOL
it's-
Spider-Man. That's good stuff.
Those it's not the companies that compete with each other. It's the game that competes against each
Well, look,
other.
at the end of the
So,
day,
like-
Battlefield's tried to dethrone Call of Duty on how many occasions and has failed at every attempt. So
Oh, I
I'm
love
not worried
Battlefield,
about
though.
Battlefield at all.
I love Battlefield though. I mean,
Battlefield's
I'm a
The problem is, if you're going to try to do that, you can't have a shitty launch, which is what happened
That's
with
true.
Battlefield.
but they're fixing it. It's,
Yeah,
it's
but Battlefield's
but now
formula has
they're
always been
fixing
different.
it, dude.
No, they're
Battlefields
fixing it,
have
but
always took a
but
year.
it leaves a bad taste in people's mouth if you're going to say we're going to go again, we're going to be this great thing, and then it launches to shit because it doesn't work. A lot of people have gone back. Lemon says it's way better than it was.
Oh
when it
yeah, it's
launched.
way better.
Yeah.
K-Mac
You know,
said the same thing. A lot of people
but still, there's a lot of people who are gonna go. You know what? No, because we have so many games coming out that are gonna take our time. Why are we gonna go back to a game that
Bro.
was broken on launch?
I said
I
I,
mean-
wasn't no campaign, no buy. I stick by that, and I'm going to.
Yeah, I love
Yeah,
that.
same here.
But-
Same here.
But
Sorry.
you guys gotta admit this. I'm not trying to nip and tuck here, but Battlefield is making more improvements than Halo. We gotta admit that. You know, they're doing.
You know what? I don't. I'm sorry, but
and I
Halo.
love Halo. I love Halo.
No, but see, I don't. See, to me, and I wasn't here to talk about that stuff, but and Noof, I'm gonna kind of throw this out there
Yeah,
because
go ahead.
I need to get this off my. Halo to me is a different animal because part of what they dealt with, I think they honestly, with the whole new engine and everything, they basically bit off more than they could chew.
Yeah,
They didn't.
we all said that. You're right.
They didn't know what the engine could or could not do. And they had these great ideas because they thought it could do all these things. Well, guess what? It can't, or not as easily as they thought it could. So it's going to take them longer, and some stuff they're just going to have to flat out cancel, like they said. And I personally don't have a problem with that, because I'm not a great. I think even if it was a game I was into, I would still be understanding of that.
On
I
your
think
point-
the
on your
problem
point,
is that
Paul,
the problem is they're trying to
okay.
make it into a freaking platform. I don't see when they first announced it,
free
it's
to
a
play.
10-year thing. Yeah. Well, this whole 10-year thing and all blah blah blah.
Well, yeah, no, that to
getting
me
into
that
my
still comes
question
up.
for you
That
guys
still
real
comes.
quick.
That still comes up to the bites off more than they can chew.
That's getting to the point that I want to ask you guys. Do you guys think you're going to see a new Halo faster than what everybody expected?
A new Halo?
Yeah, a new Halo. Faster than anyone expected.
That's gonna
No,
be a hard
because
to
that would
follow.
mean they would have to drop what they're doing and go back to a pre-existing engine and still start from scratch. I don't think they're going to do that. I think they're going to stick with what they got. They may have to be more realistic about it and say, look, we're just, we're doing what we can. We're doing it as fast as
But
we
maybe
can.
if they did a linear story on the slip space,
Yeah.
engine, it would work out just fine.
Yeah.
Open world, anything, no matter what engine you pick, open world is always problematic for any dev. Like, no matter how big a team's, how much money they throw at open world. So how many times do we see the best games come out and struggle with multiple bugs and crashes? Cyberpunk, Assassin's Creed, you name it. If they're open world, name me one game that has come out near flawless at launch. Nothing.
Zelda,
Burnout 3 Takedown.
Breath of the Wild.
Burnout 3 Takedown. Is that open world?
Well, now you just asked me what game. He didn't say open world or not.
No, he did say open world. He did say open world.
I'm sorry.
Well, no, Breath of the Wild came out.
Horizon Forbidden West and Zero Dawn Forbidden West just came out. Like, it's one of my top games of the year. That game had problems. I was lucky enough not to see a whole lot of them because they'd already had few updates. But this is what I'm saying. And then you're trying to do a game that has so many moving parts, and I mean, trying to get the co-op to work alone. Co-op just adds even more. I mean, there's a reason why you don't see any other open world games do co-op. I mean, did Grand Theft Auto do co-op in an open world? At least not in the campaign.
Borderlands,
right? Borderlands. That's one of few.
Comes out flawless.
But Borderlands,
Borderlands did not come out flawless. Borderlands did not come out flawless by any means.
I'm just talking about as far as gameplay mechanics. Stuff freezing in the walls and stuff like that. I've never seen that in the Borderlands.
Oh, Borderlands 3 was buggy as shit when it launched, dude.
Well,
Borderlands 1 and 2 weren't.
Well, I hate to say this, but I mean, I think all of you guys looked over it. What about Breath of the Wild? It came out pretty flawless.
Nintendo don't count.
I'm not a Nintendo person. I never play. I don't play Nintendo games. I couldn't tell you.
Nintendo had like 3 moving enemies per every 500 square meters of open world.
Yeah, but it came out flawless though.
See, again, but that comes to something I've mentioned in the noof too. When it gets on his tears, games nowadays, especially for the big consoles, which I don't count Nintendo as one of the big boys, as far as they are so large. There's so much more to them than there ever used to be. Even 10 years ago, and they have, like he said, they have so many moving parts to deal with, and open world brings up a whole new level of issues that they're still learning to deal with.
Is the
what is it? State
Elder Scrolls.
But those are single player. And even those came out with some bugs and stuff that were really annoying. Maybe not game killing, but still very, it's weird.
Yeah.
Sometimes you would
ride a horse on Skyrim, and you would get off, and the horse would launch into the sky.
I mean, the old Halos are co-op. We know that, but the old Halos were confined within a space, and it's a lot easier.
Right. It's easier to do co-op in a linear fashion because the players had to stay near each other.
But we were happy with that because, they had open areas. There were like a couple of I forgot the actual titles of the chapters, but those chapters were a little bit more open area, and that's actually all we really wanted as Halo gamers. Like, nobody asked for an open world Halo. Yeah, would we?
Well, you can't say that because that nobody can speak for all gamers or of any one game of what's wanted and what's not. Because I know for a fact that some people did want an open world Halo because on its face it sounds like an awesome idea. Mm-hmm. Functionality wise, I don't know. You
need co-op in there. Those maps are too damn big.
Now one of the things that I don't understand that they knew right off the bat with co-op was do it like what's it called? State of Decay 2 does, which is the rubber banding. If you get too far away from each other, it draws the guy that's away, that's not the main player, draws him back to the main player. Because I think part of making Halo open world co-op is they didn't want people to just run around and split up. Okay, you go do these 2 missions, I'll go do these 2 missions, and we're going to do this all in 5 seconds. I think they were trying to avoid that, which is from a programming standpoint. How do you do it and make it look natural?
Funny how we started
Halo
this conversation as Iron Man and Motive to all of a sudden talk about Halo.
Yeah, I know.
Gotta love it, right?
But anyway, go ahead.
Well, somebody brought it up, so I had to give my 2 cents. So there you go.
There you go.
Yeah.
Oh shit.
I think the problem is that if you look at a lot of these open world games, like if you look at Forbidden West, if you look at Breath of the Wild, all these, the character density is not as high as it is in Halo. So I can imagine managing all of those AIs, whether it's with the grunts, the elites, the brutes, all of that, plus with your character doing whatever it is, it's just probably too much for any engine to at one time handle. And Halo is known for its combat, hence it was called Combat Evolved. So, as I said, I just didn't. When they first announced that it's going to be an open world Halo, I knew from there that unless some miracle happens, unless they're going to sprinkle some pixie dust, this is going to come out as a buggy as hell mess with all that AI, because all that stuff is just crazy to compute at one time. So yeah, was it a good idea in theory? Yeah, but I just
the system has no trouble computing all that stuff in one time. Most of the issues they're having have nothing to do with what the AI can or can't do. By the way, the AI in that game is incredible. The multiplayer AI, the whole multiplayer, the basic runaround stuff they've done some incredible work there. It was the first Halo I played that it feels so smooth and natural. It really does. They did a great job with that part. I think they just need to be able to get more content out if that's what they want to do. All these people get stuck on whining about, co-op and all that. You know what? That's cool. That's fine. Forge is finally coming, which is nice. And I understand also why they had trouble with Forge. You got to give players control of the assets to use Forge, but they have to not break the game in doing so. So that probably took,
Paul,
again, new engine.
They broke tradition. It's tradition for Halo. Every single Halo.
I don't give a shit about tradition.
I know you don't. But I grew up playing Halo with my friends. Every story. And they broke tradition for Halo. If you want to do that, the first Halo didn't have co-op like that. Yes,
okay.
Back then you didn't have online. We knew.
Well, see, then when they added it, they broke tradition of making Halo a solely single player game.
But that's
it's the same thing. It's the same thing.
Because that's when online came.
Doesn't matter. Doesn't matter.
It changed.
Doesn't matter.
Actually does make a difference because there was no.
No, it doesn't.
There was no online on the original Halo. It changed when.
But online doesn't necessarily mean you gotta have this. And if they can't make it work right, they can't. They shouldn't put it in, because if they put it in broke, if they put it in broken,
where would we be without online then?
Oh my God! Oh, that has nothing to do with it.
Actually, it does have something to do.
No,
with
it has nothing.
You said the online didn't matter.
You know what? It shouldn't. I mean, yeah, people want to play it that way. I would love, I would love to be able to do the online story of Red Dead Redemption 2 that way, but it's not there.
That'd be cool. Yeah,
it would be cool.
Yeah,
but it's
not there. But it's not there. Like I said,
they want you to get the single player experience. That's why it's not there.
Yep. Good point, Paul.
That's understandable. That is understandable.
I'd love to have the co-op too, but at the end of the day, you know what? I'm not going to sit here and gripe for everybody. You know what it is? What it is. I'll play the game and enjoy it for what it is. And if they take an extra year and they figure it's just not feasible, like Paul is trying to say, putting co-op in at the extent of costing and wasting resources, and basically if it's going to come out and still be sort of broken and it leaves an even sour taste in their mouth because the game just never runs right, then I'd rather them not have it at all than basically fuck everything up.
But how much of it is also saving face for them to say, okay, we're going to stop. We have this ambition. We announced this ambition. Let us stop this and let's do more like iterative Halos or like more, series of Halos, Halo 7, Halo 8, whatever. I think that would be a huge pie in their face. So I think that's also one of the reasons that they're sort of like trying to, duct tape this thing together,
So
I
does
see.
that
Hey,
mean that does this mean every other Halo after this will not have
Look.
co-op? Is that what this means?
I say leave a small team to finish up Halo and try to come Halo Infinite and try to reach the vision they set out for it, and basically dedicate a whole new team from 343, obviously, because they have enough probably people and resources, and then build another team inside the 343 to build a brand new linear based Halo, like an actual Halo 6 with the fucking the proper story and the way we've always had it.
Yep.
Yeah.
And yeah, keep the team working on the multiplayer aspect, but even if it doesn't come out for maybe another Halo, whatever for 5 years, make it work, because like I said, I think a lot of it comes down to the engine issues from the sounds of what we've been hearing.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking with the slipstream engine. I was thinking the same thing.
We got a super chat coming in from Splendiferous. Paul, you're on deck. $2.
Oh, well, then let me turn that screen back on, because I don't watch that stuff. I'm actually, to be honest, I'm over here playing Deathloop while we're talking. So
How is that game?
Okay, I'll take it. Splendiferous.
Okay.
$2. I don't play my campaigns in co-op until I beat them.
There you go. Thank you, Splendiferous. Great point.
Yep.
Yes.
Yeah,
some
a lot of
do
people
that.
do that. Yeah,
Yep.
a lot of people do that. I do that sometimes.
Yeah.
I mean, I know I know there's people on the other side, but I don't agree with when people start going that people need to be fired or they need to get their crap together, blah blah blah. Because most of the people that are talking heads about video games have no idea what they're actually talking about. They've never sat in front of a computer and tried to program something. They've never been that involved beyond playing, thinking I just want it to work. Well, that takes time and patience and skill.
Oh, yeah.
And I hear where you're going, but at the same time, Paul, you have to admit that something did not work out right at 343. You can't have every media outlet basically, screaming to the top of their lungs here without there being something a little off. Like they definitely missed the boat somewhere along the lines. Darts were thrown out.
Well, and it may come down to even go back as far as when they chose to go with the new engine, and that may be the one decision that broke everything.
Mm-hmm.
Like you can play Gears of War by yourself. That's not a problem. I've beaten Gears of War by myself. But sometimes, like I said, it's just fun to take your friends in with you and experience it, with people. It makes the game more. It makes the game more fun.
Here's an idea.
Just does.
Build the next Halo on the Unreal Engine.
Yeah, that would be sick, dude.
Everybody's fucking building shit on Unreal, and they got so many studios under their belt that build games with Unreal. Aren't most of id's games built with Unreal?
Right. Yes. Yeah.
Unreal Tournament.
Ready to
I still
go.
love playing that.
Problems with it? Yeah.
Well,
Right,
see,
dude.
now they got a lot of they got that id Tech under their belt as well, so they can sort of use that to sort of build off the Halo or something.
Doom versus Halo.
Yeah. No point in trying to recreate
that
no
would
wheel
be
or nothing.
sick.
Just go with what fucking works here and let's get this
And move on.
That'd be a cool fucking multiplayer game, eh? Doom versus Halo.
Hell yeah! Hell yeah,
Master
that'd be
Chief-
fucking
Master
cool,
Chief
man.
gets sliced with the gas, with the chainsaw gas station.
That multiplayer in that Doom 2016 is awesome, man. They did a good job with that, man. So yeah, they could bring that to the 2022 crowd and just still love it, man. So,
You ever played a multiplayer in that Doom 2016? It is awesome, dude.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, they
It's
did a great
awesome.
job with that. Yes, they
Yeah,
did.
here's the question for the panel. I just don't know. Axel said something. He said that Unreal Engine has never been able to do an open world game. Is it true that Unreal Engine has never had an open world game made under its engine, or what?
I
No,
don't
are there any
believe-
games?
Never have.
I don't know. I guess
They've never have. They never had it.
No.
World, but all
Damn,
the
I
Gears of
guess
War
I
games
didn't
are
know that,
Unreal.
yeah.
So
But you know what? Let them keep doing what they do.
Right, yeah.
Let them keep doing what they do, because you know what? It works. I mean, well, if you think about it, open world girl in Fortnite, it's technically like an open world game.
Gears of
It's a
War
very,
was-
but it's a small world. It's a very small
Right,
world.
it's a small world, but still, it's
That's
it's
cool.
a
Gears of
small
War
world.
5
Yeah,
was semi-open world on Unreal Engine, and that game didn't look cartoony, which means it can be done.
Which game was that? You said.
Gears of War 5 was semi-open world. They had open world segments of the map, just not on large scale, so it can be technically done.
Yes,
Oh,
Splinter,
yeah.
there is. I
Yeah.
do play with my friends.
Well, and that was what is it? The add-on they did, which was done
Yeah.
in like it wasn't Unreal 5 proper, but it used some aspects of Unreal 5 when they did that, which made it look a lot better.
Actually, are you saying that
but-
Gears is cartoony?
What's the new what's that new the one we were talking about earlier, the Cinewa.
Actually, if you
Hellblade.
think Gears is
Yeah.
cartoony,
Is
bro,
that-
you-
is that
you
Unreal?
need
That's
to get
Unreal
some
5. It's
fucking
Unreal
glasses,
5, but we
man.
don't know if it's open world though. We don't know if it's open world.
I mean, the last one was kind of open worldish.
It was more linear though, but it gives you like
they are linear, just like Noof said. That Gears had some open linear aspects, but I think what it was is it was still linear. It was just done in such a way that you didn't feel like it was linear.
Okay, this is good. This is good point.
right,
I
because you
guess I
could
never really
pull
thought
off
about
on
this.
the
Yeah.
side in the
Right.
gears just if
Right.
you wanted to get some updates to your equipment and stuff like that. It's just
Right.
quick little side
It
things.
wasn't a true open world. It was just wide enough. It gave you enough leeway on either side to kind of get out of the way.
Yeah,
as it
but you
were.
were still going
That's
the same
pretty
direction.
Axel.
Yeah.
Well, Enate said that Stalker 2, God bless those guys, but Stalker 2 is coming out on Unreal 5. I know Stalker is supposed to be open world, so we don't know how it plays, but we'll see how it goes. So
Yeah, I'm looking forward to Stalker 2.
All I
and-
know is whatever fucking engine Naughty Dog uses is fucking amazing. My God, I mean, the animation systems and stuff they use in their games is just second to none. Nobody's been able to touch them yet in my books. The facial animations, the textures and stuff, it's those fucking guys, man. They have
you
mastered that shit.
I
Now,
think the Decima is also pretty strong. I mean, if like
That's
the Horizon
pretty cool, yeah.
Now, if the people can get off of that game and make me a new Unreal tournament, I'll be happy because I'm tired of playing the beta on PC. I've been playing
by the way,
beta on
Unreal
PC
Tournament.
6
Yeah.
years.
You want to hear something impressive, by the way?
So,
Deathloop, for as beautiful as it is, 36.5 gig.
God,
Wow.
damn.
Damn. That's,
Talk
yeah.
about file management. Okay.
Yeah, there you go. File management. Yeah.
Damn.
Facts
pay
right there.
attention, people. Finally, a game that doesn't require half your hard drive.
Man, I can't wait to check that game out. Yeah, it's
You,
cool. I
hey,
think
you
I'll
were
let it
talking
play.
about that on your rant, Noof, the other day.
Man, you went way back to find that video. I did that fucking ages ago.
It was last
Yeah.
this week.
Well, no, I didn't do that this week. I don't know where you dug that old fossil video.
No, I remember that. I remember that video
It
though.
was
I remember
this
that Noof. I remember that. Everybody kind of.
I was ranting about that shit years ago, even before
Yeah.
it even became an
Yeah.
epidemic within the fucking gaming
That's
community. I was like,
because
yeah.
you're an
I remember that
original,
video.
Noof, because you're an original, buddy.
when you're suffering from senility, all times run together. So 2 years ago,
Right,
now,
Yeah,
right.
that's the way shit goes, man.
It's like I knew I banged that girl yesterday. Why didn't you look the
Why is this memory still lingering around?
Yeah.
Real quick, we'll touch on another subject real quick. Well, let's move along from this one. It's like we all know that Iron Man motive. That's looks like hopefully it's a good match made in heaven. Let's hope the game comes out and is decent. Let's talk about one more that we're kind of hearing circulate. I don't know your thoughts on this, and we'll start with Doggy Dog on this one. Real quick about a potential PS5 remake already. Slimmer PS5 with a disk drive add-on is what's circulating around various parts of the internet right now. How do you guys feel about that? I mean, so I think Colt Eastwood said that Sony's had more renditions of the PS5 already than they've had first-party games exclusive to PS5.
Yeah, I kind of look back. I mean, shit. Let's look back. Are you guys trying to be like fucking Sega? Are we running a 32X? Are we gonna add on a fucking dildo, fucking strap on, fucking what the hell else you gonna add on? Like, what are you guys coming out with? But
well, they
anyway.
got that VR coming out, so they need to do something.
Yeah, the
for more versions.
VR. How many fucking peripherals add-ons are you gonna come out with exactly? Like, I mean, Xbox still doesn't have any kind of thing mid-gen refresh, but I do believe that this is what is this, an add-on disk drive?
Yep.
Is that what it said?
You do have to remember, Xbox is famous for having 5 million controllers.
Yeah,
That's true. That's true. But yeah,
And
an add-on disc drive.
They say the add-on is supposed to slide into the console, and you're supposed to plug it up in the back via USB. If you want it, you can buy it separately, or you can buy it within a bundle.
Yeah, it kind of sounds like Jim Ryan's fucking strap-on he's got going on, man. Kind of.
Yeah, I could see the system having sort of an indentation where the disk drive would kind of slide in, much sort of like the hard drive slid into the old 360s. Remember those?
He said hard drive slide in.
Jim Ryan.
Well, maybe this will cure his insertion problems, you know. So
Paul's over there like, am I podcasting with 13-year-olds? What the fuck?
Yeah. So we got the Jim Ryan add-on strap-on. What the hell? Like, okay, so you're gonna buy a console and then decide later you want to add a disc drive to, I don't know. Like, I remember fucking back when they came out with the Series X. When they came out with the Series X and the S, and they're like, "Oh, this is way too many. This is way too many options for the consumer." Right? No, there's the X and the S, and there's the 1, and all this stuff. Now we've got like add-ons. We've got a digital PS5. We've got a regular PS5. We've got the strap-on PS5. We've got this. We got the one with the PSVR 2. Like, okay, Sega.
Oh, I had a 32X.
Yeah, Sega. Like, let's throw some shit at the wall and see what sticks. Man, damn, you guys are really rattled.
Well, they actually do have a new console for the Xbox, but Phil got pissed off. He said, "We're not going to release a new console until we have games to play on the damn thing." So,
yeah, I don't know. I don't know what to think of that.
No. Just no.
I really don't know what to think. I don't know what to think.
Paul is an ambassador. He has to have certain
no. Hey, anybody listening to the show, do not clip that audio. That is not true. Jesus.
I really don't know where they're going with this whole like. Man,
I do, and it's actually, as far as I'm concerned, it's something they should also do with the Series S to make it an option so you can have an external drive.
They're talking about it.
I mean, because for the us old people that owned it, I had an external drive for my 360. It was called an HD DVD drive.
Correct.
Yeah, I was just about to say that.
So
I still got my HD
this
DVD
isn't some new idea that's never been considered before. It's been done.
That's why I wonder why they're coming out with it now. Like, this is
because
rough, man. It sounds like
because that way they can I can tell you exactly why they're doing it. They can leave they can leave the manufacturing cost of the console will get cheaper because trust me, they'll start pushing the digital version, and hey, if you want to drive, you can add it for this much.
But I can't even find the $399 PS5.
Nobody
much
can,
less.
But
Put the strap on this bad boy. I mean, like, I'm not. This is somebody's just like they're out there in left field. Oh, now they're smoking doobie, and they don't even fucking like.
Paul is right. Here's how it works for Sony, right? They get rid of the 2 SKUs essentially. They make one, which means they can find more chipsets to one console because the disk drive for most people is not really essential anymore. If you look at the adoption, most people now they're digital. Like what the stats say, it was 75, almost 80-something%. So that's 20% of the rest of the people essentially buying a disk drive. So for Sony to actually, if you think about it, this is actually smart. It's then they don't have to really produce essentially 2 consoles anymore, and it makes them more competitively because right off the bat, people are just going to see that cheaper version in the store, and it's still digital, but you're still by doing it this way, you're not completely pissing on your fans that still want a disc drive. As long as if you buy the disc drive separately with the digital for the standard console, it's not going to cost more than what the current PS5 is with a disc drive. Do you know what I mean?
Yep. Yeah. That's exactly it. And I bet you that's exactly where they're headed as well.
This is going to be the price. They're going to charge you when the new one comes out. They're going to charge you $450 for the digital. They can insert the hard drive, and then they'll charge you $100 for the disc drive. So no matter what happens, they're going to get their $550. No matter what happens, they're gonna get their $550.
Well, yeah, that's exactly right because
Yeah.
people are going to see the lower cost and go that route. Like,
they wanted that damn console to be $600 when it first launched. They just couldn't
Yeah.
do
Of
it
course
because
they
Xbox.
did.
Yeah.
They're finding a way, aren't they, Wize Old Gamer?
They are.
They sliding into that asshole somehow.
well, the only group the price increase didn't affect was us in the U.S. Everybody else got the price increase
I know.
to some
They're
amount.
giving us a
they're-
chance to go out to Walmart and get us
No, but if you
some
buy a new,
Vaseline.
if you buy a new
It's coming.
PS5 console, they include that game with it, so you still pay $550.
Right,
Well,
exactly.
yeah,
Just put the game in there. Yeah,
that's
exactly.
nothing new. Xbox does the same thing. You buy a bundle,
No, they
you
used
pay.
to do that.
No, they still do that, dude. Trust me. It's still there.
I haven't seen it.
Yeah.
The Halo bundle was $550. I believe.
Trust
I
me,
can get that back.
come Black
So-
Friday, it's going to be primarily bundles again. It's always bundles
Yeah.
Yeah,
You
but
know
the
what I'm
price
looking
is
forward to is the
because that's how they make their money. That's how
I'm
they make
looking
their
forward
money.
to the 249 Xbox Series S, and
They
I'm
got
going to
'em
put one
now.
here in the barcade.
By the
got
way,
it
have all
now.
you guys got a
Do they have one
Series
right
X
now?
right now? Because Series X's must be more readily available because I've actually, believe it or not, for the first time in nearly 2 years, I've actually seen Series X in a Walmart freaking
Oh, I have
shelf.
3 of mine.
Yep,
Here at mine,
they're
yeah.
starting to see them in the wild.
There's
Yep.
3 out of mine. Yeah, if anybody needs one, I'll pick one up and mail it to you.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but I got an X.
Three of
Oh,
mine.
yeah, okay. Hey, if that's free, I'll take it, doggy. You know, I could always.
What, do you need a Series X, Paul? No, you got to pay for the Series X.
Oh, well,
if you
damn,
need
that
one
takes the
bad-
fun out of that.
Okay,
Takes the
I was
fun
gonna
out
say
of
if you need
it.
that bad, if you need
No,
that bad, I'll mail it.
Yeah.
You got to pay for it, you know.
Well, I'm glad to see them in the shelves because that puts a lot of pressure on all those dickweeds who are scalping them. So
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah,
they
they're out
hate
there.
that
They're out
shit,
there.
but they're still
They're out
scalping
there.
PS5s.
PS5s are, I'm seeing a lot more online
there's some
drops.
out
I'm just
there.
not seeing them in the stores that much.
I
yet.
know 2 people that went over to a Best Buy in Terre Haute and picked one up off the store shelf. I was actually amazed, but they got it. So
Yep.
whatever.
Wow.
So they're getting out there. They're getting out there. Scalpers, stick it in your ass. Fuck you.
And they stuck
Sorry.
with a warehouse full of PS5s and can't sell shit. I love it.
I mean,
I
yeah.
love it. I love it. Payback's a bitch. It's like all the people that hog the graphics cards. Prices
Right.
came down. People able to get them
Exactly,
now.
yeah.
Reasonable price. Yep.
Or even like those Series X fucking refrigerators that like all those.
Oh, I gotta
screens
give
went
me
up.
one of
You
those.
fucking idiots.
Can
You
you hear
fucking
that?
idiots. You guys knew those were going to be mass produced. Come on.
Do you hear the fan in the background? Actually, that's the Series X fridge that I have.
Right, and see, they came out. They're still coming out with more of those. That people find them like, oh, I found this at Target. You know, like so those scalpers that got all those, and they're like,
I think I'm about to
Such a
order me
waste.
a fridge right now.
I got one.
Show
yeah,
off.
and they're cool. They're cool as fuck. Yeah.
Oh, by the way, I like that new background you put in your last video, dude. You even had the Connect up there. That was sick, new.
That was done on the on the Xbox One when it first came out. Remember they
I
had
still
that,
got my Connect.
No, but you remember when Xbox One first came out, they had that program that you could literally edit videos with. That's all that shit was done through that, and then they got rid of it. I don't know why. It was really cool. It was great for
That
people
was
that
cool.
don't have computers and all that shit, and make it
Yeah.
simple.
Noob,
That
didn't
was
you make that
fun.
video 5 years ago that Sir X-Men just was talking about right now?
Yeah, that video was like several years ago, but somehow he dug it
wow.
up from the grave the other day and posted. I was like, shit, I forgot totally. I made that video. It's crazy.
Well, I don't know why it just showed up all of a sudden. I thought it was new
Nope.
because it just showed up in my feed. I didn't even read the date of
Oh,
it.
you should go back and see the ones I used to do called Gaming Spit Bits. They were great. Those are
So,
fun.
Sir X-Men, you may
Did
need
you
to go
spit
to
on your
GNT
own
and get some
knob?
ginkgo.
You spit on your own knob.
No, basically what I did is I did these short videos where I'd
Uh-huh.
summarize the video game news of the week, but I'd actually like have it scripted and like parody the whole thing, and it was actually pretty cool.
Oh, you need to do that every now and then. That's cool, dude. I like that shit.
Hey,
Anybody else have any thoughts on the Sony thing? And potentially, I would say this is pretty legit. It sounds legit to me, and it makes total sense.
Well, it ain't till next year
Yeah, it does,
anyway,
yeah, it
so they
does.
might scrap the whole thing by then. Seriously, it ain't till next September or the fall or something like that when they're gonna introduce it.
Well, you know they're gonna do it slim, right? They got to bring that gargantuan vagina down some way.
You know
right?
what be the
They
you
gotta
know
do
what
it
would be
somehow.
the biggest payback against that if Microsoft come up. Remember that? Remember, I know it was just a concept, but remember that video I sent you, New, about the Xbox with the S with a disk drive built in, and it was a square box. Microsoft came back with that. That would be a killer for Sony, and they drop it at a lower price. Ooh, that would hurt them so bad.
That would be a kick in the jump.
They need to know that what they need to do. What they need to do is they need to make the Series S handheld.
Oh, let it go. Get off of
They need to make
window,
Series
boy.
S hand.
Let it go.
No, come on.
Okay.
You handheld you got the Series S playing. Why you handheld?
Okay. If you made a Series S handheld, okay, at that point you would need to sell it with asbestos gloves. Okay, I'm just saying. You realize how much heat these things actually produce, and if you start doing that to them, they are not gonna get rid of that heat as easily as they do.
Yeah, if you want to do a handheld with your Xbox, just get a bigger phone.
Yeah, they'll just put a screen inside the new Xbox fridge and call it a handheld.
Right.
Dude.
Oh, now okay, that's what you the next model of the next model of the mini fridge could have a screen on it. There you go. Yeah.
As long as it comes with beer.
Can you imagine bringing
Wi-Fi
your
6
game system all at one thing into your buddy's house? When you get there, it's a console and it's a fridge, a little screen built in.
All I want from the next version of the fridge, if the goddamn thing cools anything, that thing doesn't cool shit. I don't know about yours.
I don't know. I want to know why does it have fucking condensation? And it says on the thing, it says condensation in this fridge is normal or something. Please don't return it. I'm like my thing, like after a fucking hour, it's fucking wetter than a fucking porn star's vagina. What's going on?
But see, all fridges actually have condensation. It's just their ability to how they manage
they
it.
freeze it. This thing is like, it's cool, but then there's like fucking water dripping all over the place. It's like the thing is sweating on the inside. What the hell?
I told my wife I like the fridge more than her because at least the fridge still leaks.
Where Willie?
Oh, shit.
All right. I'm going to get ready to get off, guys. But it was fun.
It gets wet in a hurry, and I can fit my entire hand in there.
That's what the tongue is for.
You're getting off now? No, I don't think that's appropriate.
No, that's It's a late night.
I had to leave early. He stayed for the whole show. You know.
Some of us.
No. He's getting off now. I don't appreciate. I think you should log out. Then you should get off.
Ready to go to sleep.
Oh, you said you're getting off. I said you should not do that on a podcast. You should get off. You should get off the show and then get off.
And then go to sleep.
Yeah, and then go to sleep.
Yeah, it's a sleep aid, man.
All right, well, we still got Cletus to save us to bring him before we wrap the show.
Oh, yes.
I'll listen to it while I'm sleeping. I might send some stuff up while I'm dozing.
No, he's gonna listen to it while he's getting off. That's all.
Lord,
so, Sir X-Man, I got a question. Hey, Sir X-Man, which one do you get off with more, Safe House or Cletus?
Arnold.
I was gonna say, if he gets off with fucking Safe House Sam, you're definitely sadistic.
Oh, Safe House gonna be trying to come and rape me if I get off with Safe House. Sid, no.
You know, I was there on the first run-in with old Safe House when we were playing Back for Blood. So yeah,
it's okay.
That game still exists. Doggy Dog, don't be a stranger, man.
Oh, hell yeah, man.
You fit in like a glove in this crazy ass group.
Thank you very much, brother, man.
By the way, when he says glove, he means rubber. Okay.
Yeah. I knew that was a little sketch there, but
he means he thinks of you as wrapped around his dick.
You gotta have the latex, baby. You gotta have the latex. All right, guys.
Sir X-Man, you're awesome.
Long hair to pull.
You're awesome, brother.
Yeah, I'll catch you guys on the flip chat. Share this out. Hit that like. And just glad you were here to enjoy the show. And I hope everybody had a good time, especially with that laugh earlier about Cerebral Paul. That shit was funny.
Make sure you make it sticky, Sir X-Man.
Oh, yeah. All right, guys. Y'all have a good one. I'm about to
have a good night, brother, and keep it sticky.
Take care, bro.
There you go. Sir X-Men, guys, go give him a follow on Twitter if you're not already. I think it's pretty much the same moniker on Twitter, and he's a great guy and obviously now a part of the GAD panel. Great to have him here. Like I said, old school as it gets. and all that good stuff.
And look up his OnlyFans. That's look ribbed for our pleasure is what he called the channel. I don't know what that means, but
oh shit.
Great stuff, guys. Yes, Sir X-Man. Is it just me, or does he have this uncanny, almost Mace Window look?
Yeah, like
Yeah.
When they threw Mace Window out the window. Yeah, that's exactly how he
There you go. There you go. That's what we was looking for. Nice.
that look of shock and terror. Yeah, that's pretty much. Yeah.
I can hear Sir X saying, "Fuck you, fuck all you guys." Oh man! All right. So before we close the show, and we do have a special thing, the announcement from Cerebral Paul before we round out. But real quick, guys, and we will try to keep everybody get everybody out of here quickly. But obviously, it can't be a gaming after dark without Cletus and Safe House on standby. They are here for your enjoyment. If you have any questions, fire away. Anybody, go at it.
You know what? I got one for Cletus. I love you, Cletus, man. I always have to ask a question. I have to know. How did your wife's sex change operation turn out?
You mean her
Well,
sister?
let me tell you this here, Doggy Dog. First of all, she turned out she's even prettier now. And honestly, she's got a bigger dick than me. Which, that can come in handy every once in a while, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, fiddly diddly. Yeah, I like her. She kept her boobish. I like them. She needs to get a boob job done, I think, because seriously, like, honest to God, you know what? Her boobs are so saggy and they're so big that every time she bends over, it rattles off her kneecaps. So she got bruises now, so that's not very good. So she's going to need leg surgery because her tits keeps knocking her knees. Knee knockers out. Oh, yeah.
Well, thank you, Cletus.
Any other questions?
I'm in that still that post-coital stuff with Arnold, so I'm spent after that whole Arnold stuff.
All right. Anybody in the chat have a question for Safe House or Cletus? If not, Safe House will come in with a couple of thoughts of his own. All right.
I love the thoughts of Safe House.
All right. What do you got to say, Safe House? I know you're chomping at the bit. Hey guys, what's going on, guys? It's Steve out Sam here. Let me tell you, and I've been listening to this whole show for the whole fucking night. First of all you guys is a bunch of fucking idiots. The whole goddamn lot of you. I don't know what the fuck new about it to put you on this fucking podcast because y'all sounds like a bunch of fucking. You know what? You're like a goddamn bunch of donuts, a lot of you, because y'all full of fucking holes. But anyway, I'm here. I do agree. I wanted to chime in on this.
I don't want a guy named Safe House even talking about my holes. Okay.
You just get back in your chair and you play with your little joystick, your little digits. All right, let me do the talking here now, Papa. All right, let's go, you fuck face. All right. What do I call cock asses? Yeah, I almost forgot. That's my catchphrase. Tell you bunch of cock asses. But anyway, here, let's go. I do digress. I just wanted to really quickly talk about Sony. All right, I'm going to talk about Sony because I don't know what the fuck they up with. They after making how many iterations now? PlayStation 5. So between Sony, so 343 can't fucking get a game right, and Sony can't fucking get a console right. They got to fucking upgrade it and fucking mutilated every 5 fucking seconds. I say this because fucking Mike Cerny had something to do with that. He kept talking a couple years ago about Rapid Pack Mass. Well, the only thing I think is Rapid Pack is he got a Rapid Pack ass. Yes, he got a Rapid Pack ass, and he don't know what the fuck he doing. He taking chimichanga pipes and he plugging them over here. And he taking them out of here and he putting heat sinks in the fucking kitchen sinks and the whole goddamn everything in the goddamn thing. I don't know what the fuck he doing. Now he going to take out the disk drive. We just spent all that time putting the fucking disk drive in the console. And now you're going to take it out of the console. You're going to have a little slim itty bitty, and then you got to connect all another itty bitty onto it so it can play some disk drive. Like, and then, you know, and I guarantee fucking to you as I sit here, and I breathe my fucking stank ass breath, I'm going to guarantee you that they'll fucking charge you. They'll let you off the hook on the console because they beat in all the stupid people. Oh, it's like $3.99. It comes with Fort fucking night or some shit. And then they're gonna fucking nail them disk drive motherfuckers, them fucking disk drive humping fuckers like Nukem. They're gonna nail them. They're gonna ask all sorts of money. They're gonna be like $30, $40 overpriced.
So you're gonna get the system cheap. You're gonna pay a shitload for that fucking dick drive, and then goddamn it, they're gonna come out with that PSVR 2, and you're gonna need to remortgage your house to buy that motherfucker. That's what's gonna happen. And there's gonna be so much heat in your goddamn house, you might have to get insurance because it's gonna burn down with all that fucking shit rolling.
Yeah, hey, yes, Safe House. What do you think of? What do you think here lately of just Jim Ryan and just in general? Him being a little crybaby bitch, like, you know, like he's got shit spewing out of his ass, out of his mouth, just every orifice you can think of. What do you think of this? What do you think of this?
Well, you know, like drunken donut in the chat. Hey, Clean, that's what we do. You met Jim Ryan in a dark alley. Well, first of all, I'd ask him if he's got a pussy. Because I don't think he's acting like he got a pussy. He got a big ass pussy right now, Jim Ryan. That's all he is. Jim fucking Lion Ryan, that's about right. He changes the subject more than the teachers at your elementary school. No, motherfucker, he don't know what he's doing. He's scratching his left ass cheek with his fucking right hand. You know what I'm saying? He's crossing the streams over there, Sony, that motherfucker. He don't know what he's doing. So I'm gonna tell you this now. If I met fucking Jim fucking Ryan, I'm gonna kick him in the pussy. He ain't got no balls. He got balls. He'd be sitting back counting his fucking money and shutting his pie hole. You know, because after all, you Sony in #1, right? You should be able to kick some ass without Call of Duty. But now you're going to get all upset because Microsoft, oh boy, they might not let us have Call of Duty once our agreement runs out. Well, fuckity out here. God damn it. You know what I say? If I was Microsoft, I'd let this fucking deal go through, baby. I'd let it go and I'd keep my mouth shut. But when that shit fucking done and the fucking ink dries on that paper, I fucking make more shit exclusive than the fucking Jesus in the church. You know what I'm saying? Like, I would fucking nail you right to the coffin over there at Sony. I'll bury your asses because I'll be like, you fuckers, you're taking shots at us every 5 fucking seconds. Every time you turn around, you're putting fucking some kind of exclusive character in your game, exclusive map packs in your game, exclusive hookers in your game. What the fuck is going on? You're putting everything in. You're taking shit off of Xbox. You're making sure they sure as fucking hell ain't getting Final Fantasy. Well, I'm going to tell you this. You ain't going to get any more fucking Call of Duties out of me. I will send a Call of Duty in a fucking flaming firebag shit. Call of Duty. I will give you some Call of Duty. That's right. Flaming firebag of
Call of Duty.
And rise ports. That's what I do right there. I would seal that shit, sign shit delivered. I would put them motherfuckers almost out of goddamn business. And you better sure as fucking hell they wish that your God of Wars, your Spider-Mans, and all your other whole ass games gonna keep your shit afloat by the time it's all done. That's what I would do if I was the big boss. Microsoft waving the big balls. That's what I would do. I'd swing them.
I got one for you. Either Cletus or
you might want to ask Cletus,
I
think Safe House is over here ready to blow a gasket.
Okay, right. Or Cletus, what do you think? What do you think of all these PS fanboys that loved the Call of Duty? Man, it was always so awesome. Now they played this Call of Duty beta that obviously has something to do with Microsoft. You know what I'm saying? Microsoft killed this. So what do you think? What do you think?
Well, I forgot. That's a great question there, Doggy Dog. And I'm going to sum it up for you. And I'm going to be realistic with all y'all now. It's like, remember back in the day when you had a good piece of skin? And I'm not talking about the pig's ass in the backyard. Okay, that's what I'm saying. But when you had your first piece of pig skin, fucking pig skin, when you had your first bit of skin, right? And you bragged about it, you talked about it with your friends, and you thought it was the best thing since fucking apple pie or cherry pie, as they did in an American Pie movie. But you had your piece of skin, you loved it, you bragged about it, maybe even you made her a girlfriend, or possibly even you made her a wife, and maybe you're still married to that piece of skin. But the bottom line is you love that piece of skin, right? Because it was yours and it was in your house. You could play with it with your own fucking fingers. You know what I'm saying? But then all of a sudden you got rid of that piece of skin. You guys broke up, maybe because you farted in the face and she got some severe pink eye. I don't know. But either which way, you broke up with your skin. Now she's your ex, right? Yep. She's your ex. And you're over there going, what? Now you don't even think that skin was any good. Now you're telling your friends, she was never very good in bed. She only, she always faked her orgasms. She never let me have threesomes with the raccoons and the skunks, that sort of shit. So all of a sudden she becomes You see, she goes to the other side, and because no, she's playing with the other side, then all of a sudden she ex, but she nasty. But the bottom line is that she's still good. She just ain't playing with your wiener anymore. So you don't really care what you're doing. See, that's what Sony, they're just acting jealous. Now all of a sudden, because they think Call of Duty going up exclusive over on the Xbox, they're all acting like silly now. Like all of a sudden Call of Duties don't matter. They always been a piece of shit. But you're honest as hell, if it wasn't for Call of Duties, your goddamn PlayStation wasn't even fucking sold. Everybody buying Call of Duty, and for the PlayStation, the Call of Duty, it's a fact. I mean, Call of Duty, it shows like how many fucking copies? It's like quadruple pooples on the fucking what Spider-Man does for the PlayStation. So yeah, because you got all the 13-year-old snot-nosed fucking pimply-ass kids that go buying all that shit, which basically is half of my relatives. They buying Call of Duty, and they buying it on PlayStation because their Fruit Loopy friend down the street plays on the PlayStation, and their fucking cousin plays on the PlayStation, and the cousin of the cousin of the cousin plays on the PlayStation, and then I plays on the cousin. So
we got three for Safe House.
Holy Jesus, this is the money's rolling in here now. Safe House must have did something.
Damn.
Now coming. Well, I'm going to let you read them out. Where I think Cerebral Paul.
Oh God, look at that one.
Just. Yeah.
Are you reading it?
Who wants to read it? Go ahead.
I ain't reading that shit.
Okay.
No,
Okay, I got you here. Safe House.
Is he still
What?
there?
Safe House. What cartoon character would you be? Thank you, Sir X-Man, for your $2.
That's a great fucking question, sir. First of all, I thought you went to bed. I thought you took your ass to bed, but you're still up. Did you just go and take a Viagra tablet and now you can't get the sheets back down? Anyway, I would honestly, God, if I had to be a cartoon character, I really like to be that Wile E. Coyote. Okay, I like Wile E. Coyote because motherfucker, he never gives up. Okay, that's why I be Wile E. Coyote. Because he gets blown up, he falls off cliffs. Every fucking thing under the sun, everybody out against the world on Water. He reminds me of Microsoft, okay? Because everybody against him, all right? But one of these days, he gonna get that Roadrunner. He gonna skin that fucking oversized rabbit. That's what he gonna do. He's gonna get his justice. If I was creating that cartoon, I tell you, I have one where he catches that motherfucker, and he be a sorry ass bird. He be on my plate. He be on my plate, and I be eating Roadrunner for dinner.
No, I know why you think you're like Wile E. Coyote, because you hold your dick like he holds the dynamite and it blows up in his face. Okay.
Okay,
Acme.
I'll read this.
Victor Click.
Victor Click. Safe House. Samus Aran, Lara Croft, Aloy. Fuck, Mary Kill. Go. Vic, thank you for the $5 super chat.
Yes, thank you.
Samus Aran, Lara Croft, and Aloy. All right. First of all, Samus Aran. Fuck it, I'm gonna kill Samus. All right, and the reason I'm gonna tell you, first of all, she got to be fucking ugly because she never takes the fucking suit off. I mean, and that's the second of all. I gotta work too fucking hard. It's bad enough trying to take a bra off in this day and age, but I gotta take off that metal container, and she got a big ass gun stuck to her head. I mean, she gonna keep that on while I'm in bed, and she said, you know what? If you don't make me come and you don't last 20 minutes, I'm gonna blow your ass to Mars. That's what she be saying. So I said, no, fuck that. I killed that one. All right, I killed that one. Lara Croft and Aloy, honestly, I'd have to fuck Lara Croft, okay? Fuck Lara Croft. I don't think she's marriage material because she all around gallivanting around the world, falling out of trees, crashing into planes, going around with that big Jonah motherfucker. I want to bust his ass. You know what I'm saying? So no, I fuck her because she's sexy as shit. But Aloy, I'd probably marry her because she's kind of fucking simple and she talks a lot. She asks everybody she sees in the goddamn game. She asks them a fucking question. Actually, I want to shut the fuck her up anyway. I'll put a gag on her mouth. She never shut up. She can't walk by anybody again. She's like, hey, have you seen Buggy with the bum ass leg? I gotta go find him so I can get a new bow and arrow. You know what I'm saying? No. Yes, that's what I do with them trees. Yeah, right there.
All right, we got another one, or
Splendiferous.
Oh my gosh, you got them lined up.
Yeah. Well, you missed one, Splendiferous. Safe House. Would you eat vanilla ice cream off on Sir X-Man?
Oh.
Splendiferous, thank you for the $2 super chat.
Well, thank you for making me throw up in my mouth. I ain't eating shit. I wouldn't clean his head with fucking Javex and eat fucking ice cream off it, okay? I don't know what Sir X-Man been, but I tell you, I'm pretty sure that he predates the fucking dinosaurs, that guy. Okay? He was back there, I'm telling you. He was back there. He He invented fucking Viagra for the dinosaurs. That's why they all went extinct. They was up in the air, baby. Let me tell you. I don't fucking know. All I know is Sir X-Men, he's a cool guy, but he should dress up as Mace Windu next time he comes on the show. Yeah, because he looks like he's got the Force or something.
Well,
Yeah, I second that. He should do that. Yep.
Cletus, what do you think of Frost getting fired off of G4?
Well, he really did. I think it was a bad fucking time. I mean, she came out here, she's acting all holier now. Then she starts running the mouth and she thinks she's all cool because everybody else got canned and she was still lucky enough to have a job where who's the fucking joke on now, you old skag ass bitch. Yeah, that's right. I tell you what, I'll give you a job. I'm hiring down at the farm tomorrow. I'll give you a job right away. You don't even have to do the interview. I tell you, you pull your pants down. You still got grass on the field. We'll play ball. Let's go.
I think we're good. I think.
Awesome.
All right, I think that's enough, guys. My throat's just about gone. I think so.
Well, yeah, that's what I'm saying. I'd be dead after like two times of that. You went for like fucking an hour like there. That's awesome.
Shit.
Good shit, man. You're the bomb.
So before we get going, obviously and do the outros, we'll start with Cerebral Paul. We do have a little something I want to share on the screen with you guys here.
For sure.
So just give me 1 second to bring up the link, and we'll share it on the screen for you. Let me see. No, hang on. That's the wrong one. My bad. 1 second, guys. I got to go to my DMs here.
It's all good. It's all
Well,
good.
it should be right now. Here, I can do it.
What plus, man, thank you guys for having me on. I totally appreciate it. This has been so fun. So
that link right there will lead to a page where you can vote for me to become the Hot Pocket brand ambassador. But it can change my life because it's gonna send me all new streaming gear and stuff like that. But it's also gonna send, after I do everything that I'm contracted to do, if I win, it's actually going to help me get out of debt, which is going to be a big help for me on my day-to-day living and make Cerebral Paul a much happier person, if you can believe that. So that link I just posted, in fact, the voting for today just went live because we've rolled over midnight. Vote once a day for the next 6 days.
Yeah.
Until the 26th, I believe.
26th.
Please.
Yes, once a day.
Please. And share with your friends. If you follow me on Twitter, Cerebral Paul 1, I post it like once or twice a day, and I forward the post of other friends doing it. Just to remind people, because I know people will forget to vote. I'm going up against some really big channels that have like thousands upon thousands of subscribers. Doesn't mean they have viewers, but I don't want to take that chance. So please vote for me. It would be a big help and much appreciated. Seriously.
Yes,
for sure.
Guys.
Once a day.
Paul's not asking you. I'm asking you, as friends, as followers of the show, click on the link. Fill out the information, vote for him, and I would love to see him win that. That'd be amazing. Like I said, to make a big difference in his life. And we know Paul's had a rough couple of years here, so anything can help, and every share counts. So let's try to help him out here, guys. Copy that link and go click on the information, and let's see if we can
retweet it out.
Absolutely, yes. And before we get to the actual outro, it looks like we have one more coming in from Splendiferous. $2.
Hot oil match. Wize Old.
Oh, no. Let me do this one. Let me do this one.
Oh, my God.
Hot oil match. Wize versus Sir X. Arnold versus... Wait.
Wize Old Gamer versus
wait.
Sir
So
X.
this is a three-way, apparently. Okay. A three-way oil match. Wize Old Gamer versus Sir X and Arnold.
Oh,
wow.
Geez.
Three-way dance.
If everyone's oiled up, then now I think I'm winning.
We're reading this wrong. It's a hot oil match between Wize Old Gamer and Sir X-Man, and he's asking Arnold who wins.
Okay. I misunderstood that. Yeah.
Still sound like a three-way dance to me.
I still like the three-way dance thing. Yeah,
I will have nothing to do with either one of those guys who do not come close to them. But I will say this, on a very closely contested match. I mean, first of all, they're almost perfectly aged match. So both of them smell like dirty old cheese. So they're going to come in there, honestly.
That's because I just got off my wife.
Sir X-Man, he's got no hair, so obviously you're gonna have to give the head game to Sir X-Man because there's nothing there for Wize Old Gamer to grab. So he's gonna have to grab another hair to something else, you know. And of course, Sir X-Man, he's going to grab a couple of the roles probably on Wize Old Gamer.
Oh my God!
He's going to grab it. It's going to be very hotly contested. I'm going to give the edge to Wize Old Gamer because at the end of the day, as smart as the edge to Sir X-Man because as wise as Wize Old Gamer is, he's very wise, very intelligent guy. Comes on here and he speaks great stuff. But what's going to happen is when the match starts to go into overtime, Sir X-Men is going to answer a question like he did the question tonight, and he's going to go on forever, and he's going to totally misunderstand the question, and he's going to put Wize Old Gamer into his own kind of sleeper hold. It is start putting me to sleep with nursery rhymes, and that's how the match is going to end.
Well, and okay, for this to work, since Arnold has the oiling up experience from his weightlifting days, Arnold's got to grease them both up. I'm just saying, you know that.
Right, that's good. Yeah,
get into all those nooks and crannies there, Arnold. Get into all them.
I guess
if I touch those guys, I will have to cut the hands off after the show. I will not even be able to Javix the hands. I will have to cut them off. It's disgusting. That is the most repulsive thought I've ever had in my head. Now I really want to go get to the chopper because I do not want to have to oil up those greasy guys. Ugh, gross, terrible.
There's never been a better time to head to the chopper.
Well, after this question, Sir X-Man is not the only one getting off tonight.
Oh shit! Oh shit!
Look, he's still in the chat, the dirty bugger. Why'd he leave the show if he's still listening? He's 6'2", right, with muscle, right? I just don't let you show it. No, he's 6'2" with loads of muscle. There you go. Well, it looks like you're gonna win the match, Sir X-Man. Maybe not on the muscle and the power, but by telling the stories. Oh man, great show, guys. Let's let everybody get out of here. Let's start with our fantastic guest, Mr. Doggy Dog himself. Doggy, first of all, bro, thanks for all your support, man. You're one of the first guys who tweets up my show every week. You've been in almost every chat that I can think of for eternity. Your support is greatly noticed and it's greatly appreciated. And you're always welcome to come on this show. You're a great guest. You've learned a lot. You've come a long way in the podcast biz. I love what you, Axel and Princess Zelda are doing on Friday nights. So tell everybody more about it because I think that show deserves a lot more love than it's been getting.
Oh, wow. Thanks. Wow. You just made my head spin like I got excited. Okay.
That's the pot, dude. That wasn't what he said. It was.
Yeah, that's probably it. No, you know what, Paul? It wasn't just a pot. It's this wine too. Like this is all. You know what? Yeah, no, Noof. Wow, thank you. Like I said earlier, this was the first show I was on. Thank you so much. And yeah, so much as his parts in. First of all, I had to spirit that man, Paul. Make sure everybody goes out and votes for Paul. It's on my timeline a couple times where I tweeted out just like you can vote once a day. Got there, vote for Paul, man. Let's do this. Let's bring this home. Okay, so like I said, Noof, thank you so much. And this has been so fun. It always is every time I come on here. Okay, I've got to shut. Okay, I'm gonna talk forever. Okay, all right. Anyway,
as Doggy Dog does his impression of Sir X-Men, we will be here for the next hour and a half as Doggy signs off.
But anyway, so you can catch me 7 p.m. every Tuesday night. Retro Renegades. We got live gameplay. We got pizza without pineapple. We got live gameplay. We got buds. We got beers. We got friends. We've got Paul. We got Graphic God Infinite. Jago, Yobi, Crispy. We got them all. So yeah, join us there. And also every Friday night on Axel 1324 Gaming's channel, we do a little something called the iconic video gaming podcast. Sorry, but man, we do a little. Yeah, sorry, I talked so long. But anyway, we do a little something different. Come check us out. And I must say, we got an anniversary show coming up on October the 7th. We might even have a few giveaways. Come check us out, man. But I'm telling you, come check us out any Friday. We do a little something different. We keep the show a little short, unlike my outro. But let's move on to whoever's next, because I'll just keep going. Thank you,
Is-
guys. Thank you, guys.
Is he
for
still
having me.
going? Is he still going? I phased out there for a minute.
I thought we got rid of Sir X-Man. Apparently he's still here.
Yeah.
No, thank you, guys. Thank you,
It
guys. It was a pleasure. And chat. Oh yeah, by the way, chat. Thank you so much, too. You guys were on fire. And let's see if I can think of any way else to keep this going. What else do I got? What do I got? No. Thank you so much, guys. I appreciate it.
Still
Had
reading
a
the
blast.
scripture.
Yeah.
And then
you gotta hurry
Psalms
up. I gotta go use the
2.51. Wize Old Gamer, yes, let's let you get out of here and drain the vein. Yes, when you're not teaching, you're preaching.
Nah.
Let people know where they can find you, my brother.
Yeah, thanks to the chat for showing up. Thanks, Doggy Dog, for coming in, and it's always a
Mwah.
pleasure to stream with you guys, and all you guys on Retro Renegades. But yeah, not to
Oh,
be
yeah, love you,
competitive, not to be competitive with Doggy's show on Friday, but I'm also on a show on Friday nights. It's on Doomsayer's Den on Friday evenings. It's
Oh,
me,
yeah.
Mr. Bushido, Doom, and we have a whole panel. We just talk about games, and it's a really relaxed time. And yeah, please come out. And of course, with Paul, please hit up his link every day and make sure he wins this damn thing. So
Exactly.
yeah. That's all I got.
All right. Last but not least, Mr. Cerebral Paul. Sir, let people know where they can catch up with you when you're not hanging out with these bunch of idiots on this podcast.
Well, then they put me back in a special room and they don't let me come out until I calm down.
Can you come out?
Only about once a week. Yeah.
I didn't know.
That's because
I didn't know you could come at all.
not for you. Not for you.
Only Sir X-Man. Okay, I'm sorry.
And no. You can ask your wife about you can ask your wife about how well I come. So you know.
So you also have the infection?
Yes, I do.
Oh, Lord.
Wow.
Been meaning to talk about that. By the way, you're running low on vodka. Just so you know. Before I come over next time, you need to restock.
That wasn't vodka. That was Spanish Fly. But okay, sure, why not?
You know, if you're gonna get that cheap shit, you know, it all, you know.
If it did, I just want to say I once named my girlfriend's vagina Donut. You know why? Because she always had a yeast infection.
Jeez. Candy is dandy, but liquor's quicker.
That's right. When it always smells like a bakery going, you know, it's just not right. You know.
Better a bakery than a fish processing plant. That's for sure.
Yeah. Loaves and fishes, baby. Loaves and fishes.
Yeah.
That's right.
Anyway, Cerebral Paul 1 on Twitter, Cerebral Paul on Twitch and YouTube. And like I said, follow me on Twitter, get the information on the voting thing, but it also lists on all the different shows I'm on, because I'm on multiple, you know, Retro Renegades on Tuesday, this on Tuesday, Midweek Gaming on Wednesday, 4GQ TV on Thursday, Gaming Differently on the Xbox Ambassador channel on Mondays.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And then for Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, I basically pass out.
Can't blame me there. Can't blame me there.
Paul spent as much time on women as he does on podcasts. Be a lot of pregnant chicks.
That's right.
Ooh. Oh.
And
That's right.
A whole lot of
the website would be 23 and Cerebral. Okay, it's just it's what it is.
well, a whole lot of pregnant chicks and a whole lot of monkey.
Yeah, we'll change your name to Semino Paul.
Yeah.
Oh man.
Yeah.
Oh, that's good. Great stuff, guys. And don't forget, like I said earlier, copy that link and go vote for Paul.
Yeah, go vote for
yes,
Paul.
in the Hot Pockets contest. It's good stuff right there. You
Once
guys
a day.
don't find me
Once a day.
always in the gutter, pretty much only on this podcast, unless someone asks me to guest. I've been asked on a few guest shows recently, but couldn't make it because of timing. It's been brutal. But yes, back here again next Tuesday, guys. It's going to be a good show. Thank you to all the chat. You guys are amazing. Obviously, thank you to Sir X-Man. This is a good one. Thank you to Doggy Dog, your special guest. What can I say, guys? Awesome stuff. Don't forget, this Saturday, I'm going to do, I haven't been doing a whole lot of community game nights either over the last 4 or 5 months. But this Saturday night, if you guys are available, we're going to be doing Titanfall 2. I'll be hosting. Looking forward to it. Hanging out. Great game. A great one to hang out with friends. Hopefully we'll see you there. So get it installed if you want to play. All you got to do is jump in the party chat. It's that simple. So Titanfall 2 this Saturday night at 6 p.m. 6 p.m. Mountain Time. That would be that's like 8
p.m.
8 p.m. Eastern. You bet. So outside of that, guys, we'll see you back here next week. It's going to be another fun show. And thanks to everybody that came out. Awesome times. I love seeing all those emojis of people laughing. That's why I came back to this stuff, because I really missed it. Knowing that people, there was, like, I had people say to me, like how much you miss Gaming After Dark, and they just missed this special kind of the laughter and the crap that goes on here that obviously not a lot of not saying everybody, but this podcast, I think most people can say it does have a unique space here, and that's the reason I came back. So when people said they missed it and I see the reactions we're getting tonight, that's why I'm here to stay, guys. So thank you so much for that. It means a lot to me. So, and this panel, you guys are amazing. We'll see you back here again next Tuesday. Until then, guys, have a great night, and game on.
Are we out?
We're off.